Good evening, folks. Welcome to Johnny Cool Meltology stream, mainly Meltology as we cover here. Obviously, we have other subjects that we cover too. I mean, obviously, we're fed up with hearing about the election or selection, as we all know that it is a selection. And interestingly enough, I was on a stream earlier where other people were actually talking about that too, about that we are that the presidents are selected and they are not elected. And that was on a channel called Sister T. I don't know. You guys may not have ever heard of that channel, and that's fine. But very good, very down to earth lady talking about politics. Now, I'm not big on politics, and I know you guys are not either, most of you. And but the thing is, like she's shooting straight, talking facts, showing that it's a stage show, which we all know already. Um, actually, I've got myself a few drops. Uh, I don't know if I'm going to play them right away. Uh, I don't know if Doug's got here yet, but let me just shout out everybody who's already here in the chat anyway. I've got Mr. B. How you doing, Mr. B? We haven't seen you for a few days, so we're getting a little worried about you. We've got Messa's already commented early on. Geospatial prayers. Uh, Looks like Chapu's saying he won't be here tonight because he's got a party going on, so that's fine. We got Gaz. Gaz showed up early too, so they don't go into detention tonight, which is good. Melanie, hey, how you doing, Melanie? Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting me from the beginning. With the streaming and everything like that. So and oh, there's Curtis. Curtis is here. Uh, I don't know if you got the link, Curtis, that I sent. Uh, if you want to access that link, or I can just drop it in the chat if you want to, whichever way you want to do it. But good to see you here, brother. And Curtis has been doing some great boots on the ground all over the place. I think he said he had like what 20 or something videos from the last one. Uh, it's going to get a little difficult to upload that many videos. It'll get a little bit laborious maybe. But I just wanted to show you guys something. This is my uh, hello. Oh shit! No one can hear me. Okay, bye. So can no one hear me at the moment? Guys, I'm probably going to have to go out of this StreamYard and back into it again somehow. Oh, you can hear me now? Okay. Okay. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Uh, you don't like to be just talking to yourself, right? But as I was saying, this is the kind of images that I'm getting uh, from just an automatic update on my Windows. And every picture I'm getting now is Meltology. It's about Meltology because I've been talking about it, or I've been uh, mentioning it to people, and I guess the AI or whatever it is decided that this would be my screensaver from here on in. It's just very strange to me. I didn't ask for it. I mean, I like the pictures. Don't get me wrong. It reminds me of the things that we talk about, you know, on a daily basis, almost like this crazy ass city that's built, you know, inside this wall, but it goes down into the water. Like the foundation of this building goes down into the water, which is just insane. You know, no one builds underwater. I can understand some people would say you could dam this off, right? And you could drain the water out so you can do your building and then let the water come back in. But not with this magnitude of a project. This is an ocean or a sea around this. It's not uh, just a little river or lake that you could just dam off easily and extract the water out of it, pump the water out of it. But no, it's an ocean front, and we all know. I mean, obviously, I'm talking to the choir at the moment, but like this, you don't build like this into the water. But I'm just saying that the AI, it knows what we're thinking and talking about somehow, and it's listening to our phones, I think, because like I have an iPhone. I don't really like it, to be honest with you. Uh, it was bought for me for a job that I was doing one time, and the company paid for it, and they you know fitted the bill for all the expenses for it, and I took it because I needed it to do that job. I was under the impression I needed it to do that, but honestly, guys, I this technology, I would rather go back to not having these smartphones or anything like that. To be honest with you, I don't like things listening to me. But let me pull up. I had a folder that was ready for this here, and you might have saw the little icon that I had on the screen there, the thumbnail, which was showing ice melt, right? You know, and again, that picture that's in the backdrop of that, yeah, that was a picture that was put on my computer automatically by the AI, or you know, call it what you will, but yeah, automatically on my computer, and so that's why I used that as my thumbnail tonight because it's just getting a little bit uh, suspicious how much these computers are listening to us and trying to sell things to us, right? For instance, if I open up my browser, let's say I take a browser screen here, put it on the screen, and automatically in this feed, this is my feed, right? And it's got things on here that I've been talking about, with other people. The other day, it had very, very strangely appropriate adverts, all slotted in here you know, uh, which lined up with conversations I've had with people, which shows me that either the phone is listening to me or they're tracking your searches, on Google and that kind of thing, which we know is happening. I don't have to tell you guys. You're all very aware of what's going on. But yeah, politics seems to be the thing today at the moment. So most boring subject. I I cannot listen to a speech from Donald Trump or anybody really, Kamala Harris, any of them. Uh, you know, but like I say, Sister T, she does a really good job of telling the truth about what's happening. That it's just lies. I'll show you guys one of my drops. So I got some new drops, and you might recognize the voice in this one, but here's the first one.
Hey, Melanie, you didn't just call me, did you?
So that's one of my drops now. Um, and then here was another one that I picked up.
I say, who else we got? Who? I say, Johnny Cool Milk in the house.
So yeah, Sister T, it's a lot of fun over there. Yeah, you guys would enjoy that show, I think, actually. But so we have a good time over there. But she's a straight shooter, so don't go in there fucking around because you won't get away with it, man. You'll get banned in 10 minutes if you're fucking around over there. So, but she's a lot of fun though. But just thought I'd show you a couple of the drops. I'm kind of waiting for Doug to show up before I show the other ones, but hopefully he'll get here pretty soon. So, oh yeah, and this was my other drop.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that one.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we're trying to get organized over here, get my folders set up, and I think a lot of you guys are doing the same thing. I think Curtis, he's trying to set his up in a an intelligent manner so we can access the pictures correctly and make the streams run smoothly. But I have mine all in this folder, and then by location. Sometimes, if it's Afghanistan, let's say, I don't have too many in this folder, but the Herdadale City. So this is the one I used on my introduction video. And it just shows the ludicrousy of building this kind of a building in 300 AD. 300 AD, when they didn't have, they had bronze chisels, as far as the narrative tells us, right? It's just like, it's so crazy. What a ludicrous story that they made this with, bronze chisels. I mean, can you imagine someone handing you a bronze chisel? Any of you guys who work in building, construction and stuff, if someone handed you a bronze chisel, you would laugh your ass off. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to think this city was built in 300 AD. Look at the how big it is. You know what I mean? For one thing, but then the next thing is it's so ornate as well. It's so ornate. Even the doors and the windows are just beautiful. A very, very nice building. But 300 AD, guys, that's what they're saying on this one. And obviously, when we zoom in, it's red bricks, right? It's red bricks. It's always red bricks whenever we look at these buildings. Yeah, to me, like the mountain part is difficult for a lot of people to see. They don't really get it. If you say a mountain is a melted building, they cannot conceive of that idea. I'm sorry, but what they can conceive of is that this building here was built with bricks because they can see it. right? And they know that this it couldn't have happened the way that they say, because it's ludicrous to think without power tools, without equipment like, uh, diggers, JCBs, equipment that could move things really fast. Without that, it would be almost impossible to build a building like this with primitive tools. So, if anybody wants to come up, uh, I don't mind. You can grab the link there. I think Melanie can uh, supply you the link, and you can come on up and chat with me if you want to. And then the Blue Mosque is the next one from Afghanistan, and this shows this glorious, glorious building again. Uh, and it's all inlaid with the mosaics, everything. Just beautiful, beautiful building. So, but what I was showing was this is the way I'm trying to organize my stuff, so that we can be quicker at this accessing these photographs. The one I was kind of wanting to show tonight was the ice melt. So ice melt, right? So here we've got pictures of Mount Everest, of course. You know what I mean? Uh, just because there's snow up on top of it, I thought it was pretty appropriate for ice melt. Uh, my son asked the question actually about Mount Everest. He said, "So is that a melted building too?" And to be fair, when you look at it, it's not evident to someone who can't see it. So you have to go easy. You have to start with the simple stuff. Start with the basics, because with this kind of stuff, you're not really going to be able to win them over. With your argument, all you'll do is get into a fight about it, and that'll be about it. But here's these guys, I mean, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't know that they're sitting on what could be a building, right? They don't even know it, and they're going to start hiking through this thing, uh, thinking that it's just every it's just an everyday occurrence on Mount Everest, right? The way they do. Uh-huh. Yeah, sorry. I did cause problem for Curtis with the echoes. Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, I'm the opposite of the geek, so that's right. But this is another picture of Mount Everest, and of course, if Dino was here, he'd probably you know do a bit of color adjustment on this thing, maybe give it a bit of contrast, just to be able to see the definition. Maybe even see the brick lines in it, uh, potentially. Although these buildings were devastated to the point where it's unrecognizable as a building almost. But you could probably find a brick in there if you looked hard enough, I'm sure. Maybe up in this area where it's still kind of reddish. You know what I mean? You might be able to find a building brick up in that corner. So go to the next one. This is just showing that under the ice, under the snow, whether it be Mount Everest or whether it be Antarctica or the Arctic, it's structure underneath it. There's a structure, and we'll show that in a minute here, where they found objects, you know, under the ice, buildings under the ice, and you can almost see right here. This picture is not that clear. Oh, hey, there's Curtis. How you doing, man? How's it
What's up,
going, bro?
buddy? How you doing?
It's going good, going good. Just showing a
Can you
couple of
hear me?
these. Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you. I'm not sure
Okay, cool.
about the
I can
chat.
hear you.
Maybe
What's up,
maybe
everybody?
they'll let us know if they can't hear you. Hopefully, but I'm just looking at some of these. You know what I was saying there. I'm sure you heard what I was saying, Curtis. It's hard to
Yeah,
explain to a newbie, like my son, for instance. That this is a building. It's really difficult
correct.
to conceive of, but but to show us under this snow, under this ice, there's a structure, and this is Mount Everest, I think, but I have ones of Antarctica. Same way, Curtis. There's
Yeah,
structure under the ice, and I'm sure you've
yeah,
seen many of those pictures too.
yeah, yeah. A lot of areas, the
Mm.
X factor was very, very efficient. A lot of times, you're not going to find any brick.
Yeah, this is the three
Completely X
apostles.
factor.
I haven't been here to this place, but this is the three apostles. I guess that's what they call these mountains, buildings, right? But this is again, you know, is in the U.S. showing that this thing will get covered in snow, but it there's structure underneath it. So,
Correct.
where's Mr. Beast come up? So
Nice.
I'm glad you're here, Curtis, because it gets kind of lonely doing it by yourself streaming.
Yeah, I'll come up and help out whenever I can.
Yeah. I know how Dino feels sometimes, there, when he's just
Yeah, I know. I get up there when
streaming
I can too.
by himself. This is the one where they find the pyramid, right underneath the ice, and it was in National Geographic. I think they had it in the magazine and everything, when they found this one. But just showing us that underneath that ice, there's a structure, right? And there was other photos taken, aerial shots, where there was buildings like they looked kind of almost like a castle, like a Scottish castle or something like that, under the ice. But I don't know if you've got stuff you want to show, Curtis. If you want to
I'm
show any.
down for whatever you want to do. You want to show ice stuff? I'm down with that. I got a folder from last week with Patty G and the gang.
Yeah, I was just doing this to buy time whilst you guys were showing up there, So
Right on.
if you have a folder, then that'd be great.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. B? I can't say something. I can't hear you.
I'm here. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. What's going on?
Not much. Johnny?
Hey, how you doing, man? I hadn't seen you for a while.
Yeah, I was kind of having trouble with my phone there for a bit, so.
Yeah. But look at this dude. He's so pleased with himself. You know what I mean? We climb up on top of this building, right?
Yeah. Look at that place.
Wonder how much he's making a year.
Oh, dude, that's what makes me laugh about it. It's like, these guys think they're accomplishing something here, like, by going up on this mountain.
They probably got dropped off by a helicopter.
Right. And
yeah.
The gear that they have to wear, when they're doing it as well, it's you got to have respirators and stuff, and no normal folk can afford to buy oxygen tanks, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. So
it looks cold there. Is it January yet?
That suit he's probably wearing is probably like $60,000 or $70,000, right? For all that shit.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure. So regular folk you'll never get a chance to do that kind of thing, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
There's Sean.
Never mind all the dead bodies you're gonna walk by to get up there.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Johnny.
What's up, Johnny?
You hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you've got an echo, but if you mute your YouTube, if you turn the sound off on your YouTube,
Okay, hold on a minute.
you'll be able to hear us here anyway.
Here, let me just.
You must have something running like YouTube or something. There you go. That's better.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, that sounds
funny
better.
that you mentioned how much that equipment costs, because I used to do downhill mountain biking, and it got so expensive. Like I couldn't even afford bikes that would even last for the stuff that we did.
Right.
Plus
right.
the equipment, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's so expensive.
So it's just a chosen few who are going to ever get to do this kind of stuff, right? I mean,
unless you have big sponsors that are paying you to do that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, hold on. There was a picture back here. There was a big event that happened a while back where there was multiple people, like there was so many people on the mountain. Someone died as well, like because there was so many people up there. You know what I mean? And they couldn't get to them. I guess. I mean, so are you able to fix the echo there, Shawnee? Or
I think he's muting it. When he mutes it, the echo goes
Yeah.
away.
Hey, I'll just let you guys go because I don't want to keep doing that tonight again. So
I don't. Oh, I do hear the echo still.
It's weird. When he comes on, everyone else echoes.
it's so weird. I can't figure it out.
Is mine echoing? Yeah.
Only when Shawnee is on. And I
Okay.
don't
And everybody echoes.
know why that is.
All right, I'll let you guys go then. It's cool. I'll just watch.
Ah,
Damn it. All right, Johnny, I'm going to show Lowell.
I'll figure it out.
we're gonna get this one of these days.
Yeah, that
Yep.
sucks.
Yeah,
All right, bye, guys.
last
All
time.
right. Later,
it
Johnny.
was- See you, man. Last time it was all my fault, and I didn't even know, and
Yeah.
I messed you up.
No, but at least you figured that part out, so we know
Right.
it's not that.
It's strange that there's only one person that affects everyone, eh?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
some kind
I've
of
never seen that
feedback.
before. Yeah.
It's
As
a
soon as he
feedback
comes
issue.
on, everybody echoes.
Yeah, I'll try to read up about it, but it's hard to know because you don't know everything about their computer and what they've got on there and stuff. You know what I mean? You'd almost need to be there,
Yeah.
Right.
but
I can barely use what I have here to do what I'm doing. So it's a miracle that I did do it.
I stick to a phone, that's why.
This is these.
Didn't you get a computer recently, Mr. B?
Yeah, I do, but my mom's password is on it, and I'm trying to get through the password right now. So.
Okay, so if you get through that, though, you'll have a computer?
Yep.
You can show evidence and stuff or folders.
Well, I'm gonna because it's an Apple computer, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
good luck with figuring out a password.
I'll
yes.
get it. Don't worry.
That doesn't sound very easy.
I'll figure it out.
This is one of there was so many people on this mountain at that time. How dangerous, like, I mean, to take all those people up there, you know what I mean? Just because there's a lot of people dies up there, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, there's a bunch of bodies, I think, lining the whole, not the whole way, but certain areas.
I mean,
can you imagine how many people died trying to get up there?
I'm sure a bunch.
Like, that's insane.
But here's these guys again, looking very pleased with themselves, climbing up this building, right? And if we look down at the texture of it, we can see the brick lines in it, right? I mean, we can see the brick lines. You know what I'm saying? To us, it's so obvious, but to them, it's like, what is it? Just like granite or something? You know what I mean? That's what they would think, but it's obviously melted structure to us. But like I say, a newcomer, like, they don't. There's no way they could see that. I mean,
this would be more advanced.
Maybe a miracle, would happen. But
I wonder if the guys with the big bucks that do all that kind of stuff actually know what it is.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they kind of rub it in your face. You know what I mean?
It's possible, if they're Masons and stuff like that, they would know some of those secrets. I'm sure they're very good.
Like if you want to be a big skier or a big mountain biker or something, and have big sponsors like Helly Hansen and shit like that, I wonder if you have to know certain stuff before you can actually get money like that.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure they don't let just anybody do it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, no. If you're in the group, the Masons or whatever secret group that you want to talk about, they know a lot more stuff about this than we do. I've had some interesting conversations with Masons who have talked about flat Earth. Yeah, I mean, and had no problem talking about it, but they won't tell anyone else though. It'll just be between you two at that moment, and that's it. But I've had that experience. But there's some interesting, shapes in this stuff, isn't there? I mean, I don't know what to say about this really. Obviously, it's ice, but something created that pattern in there, I suppose. So we're not
here.
Ice? Don't know, Curtis. That's what I'm wondering. There's got to be something behind that, right? to make the shape. You would think, but then again, don't know.
Mark
It's just
really
an
had a lot of good stuff on that stuff.
interesting
Who?
picture.
Mark.
Mark a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just put a short out about same thing, that ice
Oh, did he?
today.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did.
today.
Okay,
Yeah, today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
that's a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
today.
Wow. Because like I've been very interested in what's happening down like Antarctica underneath the ice, like what's there, you know what I mean? And
You should.
obviously at certain times of the year, obviously you can see the structures behind it, you know what I mean? It's
Sometimes
not
I
just
wonder if they
like,
fake it being cold. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like when they're wearing
Yeah.
all their fancy fucking coats and shit. Like, what if it's warm as fuck and they're just taking pictures?
all right. So
It's very possible.
I mean, I see brick lines in that. I don't know about you guys, but I see lines in that one too. So it's almost completely and utterly destroyed, but they're still there. Let's see over here and see what's happening in this corner. But if you want to cue your evidence up, Curtis,
Oh yeah, all right.
I
What we
can.
wanna do?
Yeah,
Those are good shots, Johnny.
yeah. The reason I wanted to do this stream was to allow you to do that, Curtis. You know what I mean? So you could get some live streams up of your stuff. You know what I mean?
All right.
I know you're going to do it yourself eventually, but
Yeah, someday. I keep saying that.
yeah, right. I know. Once you get organized, is that what you said?
Now once I get organized. Once we
Yeah.
get a couple feet of snow on the ground and I can't go out,
Right.
I get some snow days. I'll try to get organized.
We're probably not going to get any snow this year.
Yeah, I know. We didn't last year. Hardly
I
any. Got 1 foot all year.
I don't know if Doug's going to show up, so I'm going to play. Oh, I see Wendy's here. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? Thanks for coming. And Mark's here as well. Mark, MRBW. Mark is here.
What's up, Mark? What's up, Wendy?
How's it going? Eli's here as well. Hey, good to see Eli.
Yeah, I mean, Mesa is pretty busy today.
Yes, I know he's got a big thing going on. He said he might be able to make it, but he didn't know. But so I'll go ahead and play my other drop.
Your new drops?
I was kind of wanting to wait on him to come here, but here,
Hey Johnny Cool Milk. I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, hell yeah. I went over and watched some of that.
That's
right. And then here's the next one.
Let me tell you something else, you goddamn illegal immigrant, because that's what you looking like, motherfucker.
So funny.
Right,
is there more than just that one day, or are those all from that one day?
We've been back a couple of times,
Okay,
but that was from that one. Your voice is on the clip.
Yeah, I know. I
you heard that, right?
Yeah, it's one of my boots on the ground or something.
And,
that's funny.
Motherfucker, what you going live on one of them Obama phones that I pay my tax dollars for? Let me tell your Iraq-looking ass something. Won't you do something about that hairline and shave that goddamn hair off your face? You look a fucking mess. You look like a homeless motherfucker. Now let me tell you something. I know you still in here. I know your ass still.
So these were a couple.
She's like straight up, right in your face.
Man, straight shooter. She's so funny, so funny. But see,
That's
there's
awesome.
so many trolls come in to her chat. Like she's got to like nip it in the bud, you know what I mean? Because otherwise it gets.
She was brutal to you on that one. I heard.
Oh shit! It was so funny, man. I mean, I think I'd said something about stalking, and man, she didn't like that, and I got railed in it. So, but it was funny, dude. It was funny.
Yeah, it's funny
to me. She's a straight shooter. I mean, as far as politics, with the politics stuff, she kind of shows the videos like of Trump speaking, but she says, "I will never vote for any of these guys," and it's all set up. It's selection rather than election. We actually said that in the chat, and she agreed. It's a selection, So she's got her eyes open. So
she's communicating with you in the chat and stuff.
Yeah, she'll see your chat and then she'll shout you out, and
she definitely shouted you out in that one I heard.
Oh, dude, she shouted on that one. Got railed in that one. Yeah, it was funny.
She let you know that she knew who you were.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear it, Mr. B?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
But
All right, I'm going to put that in here.
I've gone back because it's so funny, and I mean it's a good show. So, but if you want
Good to
to,
have people like that around too, right?
do you want me to put your evidence up on there, Curtis?
Thank.
There you go. Infinity screen is up. Nice.
All right, this is last weekend. All right, yeah, we had a big day. We had a lot of people. It was me, Shawnee B. It's too bad his phone's not working. David Wayne, Chris Lakespeed, and who am I forgetting?
Patty.
And Patty G. Yeah. Special guest Patty G. So this is us. So the five of us were trying to take a picture. We couldn't figure out how to do it. I mean, it's pretty funny. They're all looking in different directions. Yeah.
Cool.
We finally got it though. That one's pretty good. But that's it's five of us doing boots, so it's pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then somebody walked by and asked us if she wanted a picture for us.
Who's the other guy in the middle? Who's the guy in the middle there?
Is that Chris?
Okay, this is Chris.
Chris.
Yep,
okay.
This is the guy that. So Shawnee B was out one day. I don't know, a couple months ago, or a month ago. I think it was a couple months ago, and he was out doing boots. And I think the story goes, Chris starts approaching him, and Shawnee B's like, "Oh God, here we go." I'm gonna get trespassed or
the riot act.
Spoken to, and Chris walks up on him and goes, Shawnee B? And I guess Shawnee B was like, "Get the fuck out of here." And yeah, he recognized Shawnee B.
Man.
Nice.
So Patty G, Shawnee B, Chris, David Wayne, and me.
Very good.
Yeah, five of us. Pretty sweet. In Lowell, Massachusetts. I was actually born in this town many decades ago.
It looks like you guys had a good time as well.
It was definitely.
That's important. I'm sorry. It's more.
Yeah.
The older I'm getting, Curtis, it's like if I can't have fun doing this stuff, it's like I'm not really don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
I hope Tara Johnson get something organized here in Ontario too.
Yeah, she's going to the Canadian side of Niagara.
Yeah, there's a big power plant there.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. When is she doing that?
Well, she hasn't really set a date yet, I guess. So
I think she's a lot on Facebook.
There's so many people that I've talked to in Ontario right now that want to go. So.
Oh, all right. That'd be sweet. I'd love to see it. This is the Lowell National Historical Park or something. It's just this long walkway along this canal, Janky Block Canal, both sides. Like everywhere else we ever go, it's always, always, always this. Always. Both sides. Every time. Miles and miles. Every town. Every city. Everywhere you go. In New England, anyways. Giant stacks everywhere. This one's like 150 feet high. Yellow brick.
They just demolished a big stack in St. Thomas, like half an hour away from here, like 2 years ago.
Big business taking them down.
Yeah, it was humongous.
There's a real famous guy on YouTube. I forget his name. And it's like video from like the 60s and 70s and 80s. It's an older guy. And it's in England somewhere. And he's real famous. He goes all the way up to the top of those things and sets staging up. I'll have to find it and post it. Awesome.
That's crazy.
Way, hundreds of feet up. The biggest ones. And he's just hanging by one rope. Wild.
Wow.
Thanks.
But all janky ball. I know I took. All right, so per usual, I didn't clean up any folders. I never do. It's just a huge pile of folders, pictures. And then, yeah, of course, you just got to look underneath it. So up over here, it's like more granite looking on this side of it, but it's same thing here. Yep, that one spot survived.
What are you doing?
Those are really good quality pictures, Curtis.
Thanks. Just my phone. One of these days, I bought Shapu's old camera.
Okay.
But usually when we go out and do this kind of stuff, it's pretty grueling. Like today was grueling. I mean, we did a lot of hiking.
Right.
A lot of elevation, 2 different locations. And there's a lot of video, a lot of pictures. There's a lot going on. A lot of climbing. And I just stick with the phone for now. I got to go to a location by myself before I use that, but I'm excited to use it at some point.
Yeah.
What kind of camera is it?
It's a Nikon P530 or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it should be pretty decent. You would
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah, I just got to get out and use it.
But like you say, lugging it around everywhere is probably not.
It's
that
harder. It's really compact. It's small, but it's still like it's more responsibility. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Can you get filters for it, like UV filters and shit?
Sure. I don't even know what that means. For the camera?
Just to filter out the UV light and stuff, because you get better quality. Right?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure you can. All right. I took a lot of pictures of the janky wall. I just don't like the feather and wedges either. They drive me crazy. It's so absurd.
See, Steph is here. Steph Davis. How you doing?
Nice
Hi, Steffi.
And so is H-Cat has showed up.
Hi, H-Cat.
H-Cat. How's it going?
Of course, they'll have to go in detention because they're tardy.
This is an opening in the fence. We went out there later in the day. A lot of brick on the ground here. And it goes right into this granite. Same thing.
So they just dump all the brick there, or is it just like...
You'll see in the next couple of pictures. This one's... See, there's just random brick everywhere.
Holy shit. They obviously tried to mask some of it up.
A lot of big granite blocks. Real flat. Yeah. So this is all the same, even this granite. It's all in a big line. It goes right into this. That was what those other pictures were. Same thing. Because over here on the left, I don't show it yet, but you'll see it. There's a big brick post, like a real serious one. And I think there was one over here too. Janky wall, block sticking out, nonsense.
Who in their right mind is going to build a wall like that?
So ridiculous.
Like, seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like the plans had that in it, right, Curtis? For the
Yeah, that's what I said in the video. I said been reading plans for many years every day, and there'd be a specific detail page just for this one.
Yep.
It would have its own page in a big thick set of prints.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be very detailed as to not F it up. And then this one over here would have its own detail page, and it would be referenced on multiple other pages, that one specific detail page, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, like it'd have like its own chapter on how to do that.
Correct. Very, very detailed, too. and there's a bunch of them.
My drawings have a cut list on there too, Curtis. You know what I mean? It has the bill of materials, and then it'll go
Right.
down to the
Plus
detailed
the
drawings
structural
of
data,
each
right?
part.
Just along with that.
Yeah, welding information, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what's on my drawings. You know,
Yeah, right.
all that stuff. And I'm sure on the construction drawings, mortar has to be a specific, you know, mix, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be perfect.
Everything so detailed.
Mhm.
You know, Johnny. What's up, Mesa?
Yep.
Hey, Mesa.
Oh, here's Doug. I gotta do a
Yeah,
drop.
play it.
I gotta do a drop, man. I'm sorry.
Motherfucker. What you going live on one of them Obama phones that I pay my tax dollars for? Let me tell you, Iraq looking ass something. Won't you do something about that hairline and shave that goddamn hair off your face? You look a fucking mess. You look like a homeless motherfucker. Now let me tell you something. I know you still in. I know your ass still.
Was that echoing? Sorry, when I played that.
I thought it was at first, but I shut my mic off, so I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
No, I don't think it was. You'd have to play it again.
Hey Johnny, cool milk. I don't know who the fuck you are.
I think I know what it was. It's the video. So your screen, Curtis, has got the sound on it. So let me try this again.
Okay, that's what it might be.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I think so.
Let me tell you something else, you goddamn illegal immigrant, because that's what you looking like, motherfucker.
That's better.
Won't you do something about that hairline and shave that goddamn hair off your face? You look a fucking mess.
All right, and then there was this one.
I say, who else we got? Who? I say, Johnny Cool Milk in the house.
That's the best one. I like that one the best.
Those are good.
Yeah. Doug will remember. Doug was in there too, so he'll remember those. Funny as fuck. Oh, and I got this one too.
Hey, Melanie, you didn't just call me, did you?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
Jeez.
It was a rough night for her, you know, because there was so many trolls came in and she was going overboard, you know, with it. So, but
it fits her well though. Like she, you know what I
yes,
mean?
Yeah. I didn't mean to distract you, Curtis. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
I was going to see if I can show you a detailed drawing, one of my own ones.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll try to find it whilst you're talking there.
Okay. Like I said, I never clean my folders. Someday I will. So that being said, there's 795 pictures in this folder. So you'll see me flip through a lot of them pretty quick. So this is that granite or this brick post on the other side, which I think is maybe what the other side, there was one on the other side, but has these crazy hinges on it. We've seen these hinges before. They're like 2.5, 3 inches thick.
Wow.
I see them a lot. They're heavy, heavy, heavy duty. I mean, I think they're hinges.
Yeah, it looks like a hinge for sure. Like there'd be a pin or something in a gate, right?
Right. Heavy duty.
Damn. That's some thick fucking steel, bro.
Crazy. Yeah, it's overwhelming when you're looking at it. And it's actually on both sides of this post or this column or whatever it is.
Oh, that's stop.
We always see these things too. Whatever these are, these little quarter rounds at the base. See these a lot. This thing. I don't know what they are. I see them made of stone a lot. Stone.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, these things.
always in the corner like that? It's just
Yeah.
I've seen that before too, actually.
Any idea what's behind them? Like if it's protecting
Mm-mm.
something or interesting.
Yeah, it's just some kind of a corner guard. It's pretty intense for a corner guard.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
No expense spared, right?
Yeah, no expense spared.
Corner guards on your friggin' pillars. I mean, that's insane, really.
I see a lot of them made out of rock-looking material. A lot. Same. We saw them today at Bancroft Castle. Same thing, but like same shape, same location, but stone, if you will. Okay, now we start walking up on all this infrastructure, old world infrastructure. That's just laying there. I guess it's supposed to be old train tracks.
All right. Yes.
But this stuff's everywhere in Massachusetts. Everywhere.
You say those trees are eucalyptus? Is that right? Is that what you said? Or
No, that's Kairos area.
okay.
Kairos stomping grounds. This one right here, I get some pictures of it. It's a giant, super duper nice willow tree.
Okay.
Really nice. Yeah, Kairos is the one that does all the eucalyptus stuff.
Yeah,
out in California.
Makes more sense in his area. Probably be a bit too cold over here for those, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're pretty massive. I don't know if you've ever seen some of his videos on them, but they're pretty extensive down there. They go for mile. I mean, they follow the El Camino Real road, I think. Miles and miles and miles and miles in a straight line.
So don't fucking koalas eat eucalyptus?
I don't know.
So that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah. When you say eucalyptus, I think Australia usually, but
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, look at the tracks.
Interesting. Those
poles are suspect too, eh?
I didn't really get a close look at them. They're bollards. I've installed hundreds and hundreds of bollards.
Like, I wonder if there's chains connected, and it would kind of like be like one of those, like when they have. Remember those swords that shot electricity and there's that big chain around them?
Yeah. I didn't really look at the posts or the bollards. They're bollards.
I think those things collect electricity. Like if there's a chain between them, it would have to be some sort of connection.
Fair enough. This is all 86 old world steel in the ground. Okay, this is the other side of the column. I didn't even realize that they're sticking out of both sides.
Jesus, Murphy.
Those hinges.
Those hinges are massive, bro.
Crazy. All the rivets. It's definitely old world.
I love the rivets. The rivets are the coolest thing, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're perfect, evenly spaced. Who knows how long they've been there?
Correct. We went out and walked on this thing. I did a video out on it.
Cool.
This whole canal is just ridiculous from one end to the other.
The story of canals itself is ludicrous almost, isn't it?
I mean, all of it. Yeah.
It's just by the hell.
For sure.
So straight.
See those cut lines in that? Oh my God.
This one?
Yeah. Right at the bottom there.
Supposed drill.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We looked at that before. Is that the separations? I think Shawnee showed it in one of his videos, right?
Yeah, they're definitely mortar lines.
Where it goes down and separates into like separate bricks then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Because that was the part that I struggled with, Curtis. Remember we talked about it before?
Yeah.
How could one brick become so large? But
Correct. It's not one brick.
That makes a lot more sense right there. Yep.
And then, I agree. I had the same exact struggle.
It's hard to see it at first, but once you understand what's going on.
We have pictures from when we were at the West Fitchburg Steam Pipeline Trail, and we came upon this huge janky block tunnel, massive, like 200 feet long, massive meltolithic janky blocks, and one of them looked like this, and it was the whole thing was brick color, and these were very obviously bricks. You could see it. It's the thumbnail for the video. Same thing. They're almost even longer, and they're clearly bricks.
I don't know if I posted my video about all the blocks like that along the coast of the beach, but they had like drill holes in them too. Like they had those drilled lines in them, and then on the other side they'd have like a big hole like right through the whole thing. It'd be like 4 feet thick. It was huge. Yeah, it's like right down the whole side of the beach.
I say it every time, you get desensitized to them after a while. I first started going out, oh man, look at the lines, and now they're just so everywhere you don't even
see them anymore. Yeah.
That one looks like an arch, actually.
Yeah. Very janky. And this is the block I'm walking on. So it's the same idea, same concept. All of it has these stupid lines. Look, though. Here's your line. Here's a drill line. Supposedly a drill line. Right here.
Right.
And here.
Yep.
That's a fucking brick.
Right.
Period. That's a brick.
And the drill line story, what is the idea behind the drill?
They're quarrying with feather and wedge technique, meaning they're drilling the hole and then tapping the wedge in and busting, which is doable.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it done.
The logistics of it are absurd.
Yes.
Completely absurd. It's not even worth discussing.
And
then you see stuff like this.
Yeah.
And they're mortar lines.
To get that cut to be so straight, Curtis.
Correct. And they don't have it. They're not using DeWalt roto hammers.
No.
They're not renting a jackhammer at Home Depot.
Right. Did they even have an extension?
No, they don't even have electricity.
Right.
This is whole massive. I bet you that I didn't even look it up. I don't even care anymore. But I guarantee you the narrative on this is probably 1700s. Guaranteed.
Working on that. Like the amount of people that had to have been there to do that.
Period. Correct. None of it makes any sense. Not even worth. Yeah, that's a brick. I don't know what to say. And that's a drill line right there. Still red, still square.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fuck.
I obviously took enough pictures of it.
Yes.
It's a good example, though.
Yeah, look at this blocks I'm walking on. They're ridiculous.
You guys have so much more stuff than we do here.
There is overwhelming amount here.
I think I wonder if they scraped this area like clean as much as they could.
It's possible. I do believe the cleanup went on for a long time.
Because this area has like
years and years.
We have little stuff here and there, like old buildings and shit like that, but we have nothing like that.
I really don't like these hydrants either. This is an old, weird-looking one, out of service. I don't like hydrants. And then walk right into this. I didn't even know this was coming because I'm already way behind at this point. Everyone always gets way ahead of me. I'm like always lagging behind. Look at this thing.
What the fuck?
What is this?
Hmm.
And then I have some people that tell me to look up the. I don't even understand some of these truthers. Well, did you look up to see when they might have built it?
Hmm.
I mean, you know who you are. Who is they? Who is they?
Good
I don't
question.
understand the whole thing. You can stop the question at they.
Yeah.
Did you look to see when they might have built it? And I got a problem with it right there. You don't even have to finish the question. What is this? When it has the pinwheel, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
The pinwheel's old world. So are the squares. All of it. It's so obvious.
That would
You
have
don't
to
even
be,
know what it is.
it would have to be machined out that there, you know. And did they
Yeah,
have
of course.
CNC machines? I mean, supposedly, or
Can you do that by molding in sand?
Look what it's sitting on too. It's crazy.
I mean, you can cast it, yeah, for sure, but it's gotta have temper though, right? I mean,
Look at this. Look how complicated this system is.
mhm.
Look at the size of that chain.
It's going right in. It's all anchored into this crap,
Yeah,
which is obviously you know what.
it was definitely a big project putting that one in. Whoever did it, right?
Yeah, it took a little bit of coordination and organization without computers or really any kind of communication whatsoever that existed. So,
Is that
Supposedly,
area like off limits or something? Like nobody goes there?
where here?
Yeah.
This is right on the trail.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like right out in the open.
Damn.
I couldn't believe it when I walked up on it because I didn't know it was coming.
Was there a plaque somewhere?
Nah, there was no plaque for this. Look at this thing. Crazy. There's just so much of this stuff around here.
What the fuck is that? It looks like it's used for a gate or something. You know what I mean?
It's something to do with the canal. They had a lot of control over the water.
Like a lock system.
Correct. I think that's what, because I seen this stuff before
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like
where they have the arms like this, like an octopus here or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That we see another one later on in the day. Same thing on another part of the canal. It's like really, really anchored in. So, and the other ones are connected to doors. So yeah, I think they have something to do with.
Like they either pull them up or slide them sideways, right?
Yeah, it's actually two big gate doors on the other one. I think I have pictures of it.
And you could say it was a mechanism to close the doors, right? I mean, that's what it looks like, but
yeah, just old infrastructure everywhere. This is what it looks like around there. It's all old world.
Interesting.
That's very interesting, man. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then this thing at the end of the tracks.
Oh, there's some stomping on it. What is it? It just says durable.
Mechanical.
Look at the size of those bolts, eh?
The mechanical something company, Chicago Model 0. I mean, this is supposed to stop a locomotive.
Wow. Right.
Right.
Yes.
That thing couldn't stop a Tesla.
Hopefully it wasn't going very fast, right? Hopefully it was not going very fast. That train. Yeah.
Fucking Tesla run right through that shit.
My goodness. Them cyber trucks, yeah. They're heavy as fuck.
Good thing there's a little run out there.
Very interesting find there, Curtis.
Thanks. Well, we'll walk. It's a whole trail. It's like a whole trail of in-your-face nonsense. Like we always talk about, it's almost deliberate.
Oh yeah, a setup for
It's
the
all
night.
underneath all the trees. The whole entire thing is constructed, both sides of it. It's entirely constructed. Very complicated. It's all twisty and turny and round and yep. Masterpiece.
American people don't understand how hard it is to lay concrete and cement in fucking water. Like, you're not gonna fucking just build a wall with bricks and, you know, mortar.
Yep.
And there's water there, or in the winter. Like, there's so much more to it.
Crappy walkway that we're walking on might be new. It might have been added. It's very easy to add something like that. But these are the footings that they built it on, which is old world. All the anchors sticking up.
Look at that, eh?
Oh, look, it's got a loop too. Yeah, they might have added this. I don't remember. This all looks new. Definitely the fence. I'm not sure about the walkway. But it was all sitting on top of this, which extended 12 feet beyond. It was part of something before.
The lines that are going diagonally are kind of odd.
Yeah, and they got the anchors and the diagonals too.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of metal and steel everywhere.
Big staple in the end.
Yep. Yeah. Crazy foliage. When we went, everything was bright red, bright orange, bright yellow. This I didn't look at close enough, but the amount of rivets in it, to me, is pretty much a dead giveaway.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine telling somebody to do that nowadays? Oh, yeah, put a million fucking rivets in that fucking beam. They'd be like, fuck you. You pay me $30 an hour, maybe.
And it's got this, though. So, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Definitely, whatever this footing is total BS. This 2011 is BS. This part, I don't know. They might have added that walkway.
They just started removing all the old world bridges around here and putting new ones up.
Yeah.
Like the old metal ones like that with all the rivets in it.
Yeah.
Tearing them down and putting like new ones, like concrete ones up.
Oh, I finally caught up to them. All right, they're over here. But yeah, we're quite a ways down this trail, and it's still both sides.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, all the way, everywhere. And then there's tunnels up here that go under the city. We'll get to those.
Mm-hmm.
You guys probably wore Patty out, eh?
Yeah, we try to keep up with her. No, she keeps right up. A lot of churches. Okay, so here's the other lock gate system. Old world set of stairs right here. It's all overgrown and junk now. Look at these. Look at these gates. Look at these doors.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And this thing, here's another one. So it was. Look,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was operating a big door over there at the other part. It's the same thing.
So it was powering that though, right?
Something. Yeah. Same thing. I mean, these things were
big doors, bro.
Yeah, these are big pieces of lumber that were like 16 by 16
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Dimensional. Big, huge, crazy doors.
Plus, they had to drain all the water out somehow and then fill it back up. And
lots of crazy, sketchy steel everywhere. But yeah, it's the same system.
wow.
Stupid drain covers. I don't like any of those either. I thought I went down. I did go down. Sorry, guys, I'm going fast, but there's a lot of pictures.
No, that's good.
Very similar pictures.
That's a lot. Wow.
Steel everywhere. Everywhere you look, under all the leaves, under the trees, everywhere. It's all steel. Anchors and this kind of stuff.
It looks like good quality steel too, right? Like.
Yep. Yeah, it's not rusted, it's patinaed. Look.
Yep. Somebody knew it.
Heavy duty anchors. Yeah. I put my shoe there so you can see how big it is. They're big, huge boxes. And there's another one on the other side. Right here.
Yep, see it.
With the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this thing.
That's insane. Could you walk across that? Like,
yeah, I'm sure you could. I don't know why I didn't try. Although,
I guess the
there's
center
not a lot of give. There's not a lot of. It's not much of a safety net there. If you lose your balance, you're going into the green stuff or this stuff.
I'd rather go right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty gross.
Yeah.
Look at the meltolithic blocks.
That's humongous. That's actually really big. Like when you think about it, like to build something like that would be a huge undertaking.
Yeah, to say the least.
Like just the manufacturing of all the metal parts and stuff.
All anchored down.
That's insane. Johnny, you know, like as an engineer, that would be intense.
That's crazy, huh, Johnny?
Yes. Yes. I mean,
there's the pivot point of one of the doors or locks or whatever it is.
Yeah. A lot of work went into that.
Fuck yeah.
1700s, is that what you were saying? Like,
sort of, I don't know. It's Lowell's so old.
Yeah.
Lowell, it's very old. It's very quote unquote old around here.
Right.
So there's a lot more extra BS narrative, like a lot more.
Even if somebody told me that was built in the 1700s, I would think now, like, wow, what the fuck happened to us?
Correct. Well, they always just say, well, you know, the old saying, well, they don't build it like they used to, and people just accept that. It's like, I guess.
No, they certainly don't.
This kind of looked like PVC. So they might have changed this piece. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
More grooves.
I think if you work for the township and you do construction work, you should have to wear a body camera and film everything that you do.
The stuff they probably see.
Fuck yeah.
I want to talk to some guys that are under New York City working on the underground pipes under there. They've probably seen some really cool stuff.
And they don't even know what they're seeing, right? Like,
correct. I'm sure they know something's not right.
Yeah.
It's all just overgrown. No one takes care of it. Just right out in the open.
I love those old railings like that.
They're really like 4-inch round, big, huge.
Yeah, they're nice.
Oversized railings.
Skateboard rails.
Yeah, that'd be good for skateboarding. Oh. Okay, by 18 so in 1828,
Oh
the
shit.
whole canal, the mills, all of it was done. Yeah, no problem.
Right.
Wow.
No electricity or extension cords, right? Just
Yeah, none of the above. Yeah.
donkeys and a rope.
Just a whim and a prayer.
Some ridiculous cartoon.
I love the
Here's the
pictures.
flywheel.
They never show like actual pictures. It's always like a drawing or something, right?
Yeah. I might be ready to show what a drawing looks like. Curtis, I think I found a good one.
Okay.
That would kind of,
I'm gonna have to end up taking a 5-minute break in a minute.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Anyways, so
what I might do is I'm gonna.
do I unshare? I forget what I gotta do.
I can remove it and then I'll put mine up on there.
Okay, and then when we come back to me, it'll be right where I was.
Yes, you'll just be right at that same picture. Yep.
Okay.
Just whatever. Look, I can see you scrolling it actually at the minute. But here's a so this would be a drawing.
All right.
This is
so
a drawing.
Close that.
I did this for a water clarifier. It's a center column that everything rotates on.
Perfect.
And so you can see, like, it's got a bill of materials, and
yeah, you can see the amount of work that has to go into that, right?
It's extremely detailed. The welding gaps are mentioned. It's really, really specific.
It's got to be certain kind of steel, everything.
Yes, everything has to be
do
right.
they specify like what type of welding you need, like TIG or MIG or whatever?
We have a welding specification, that we go by. It's another sheet that goes with this. Yeah, it's not on this one, but it's on there'll be another like a standard that we go to, for whatever type of weld that it is, so, but that's the type of thing that I do.
Yeah, cool.
Basis. And then every plate has its own drawing.
Correct.
Right? Everything has its own drawing. After that,
everything has its own detail page. Yes.
And a construction drawing would be much more than this. Like, it'd be pages and pages and pages, of drawings.
That's what I was talking about, Johnny, with the janky wall.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's have one drawing that's showing these janky bricks everywhere.
Yeah, as if they built it correctly.
They made it that way, right?
Yeah. That's the plan called for.
Dude, it's crazy. Just a crazy thought. But anyway, just wanted to show that.
I think a lot of people don't understand how detailed prints are. I was nose deep in them every day for over 10 years in California. And you get to know them really well, especially when you start failing inspections.
Yes.
When you fail inspections, you learn a lot real fast. And you get real mouthy inspectors, and you realize how detailed they really are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're anal. And welding inspectors, yeah. Everybody's afraid when those guys show up.
Don't they do x-rays of the welds as well?
Some of them do, yeah.
Like on pipelines and shit?
Absolutely. Pipeline would be x-rayed for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But so what I'll do, Curtis, is I'll play my little interval music, right? And then we can go take a piss or whatever we need to do. All right, we'll see you after the break, guys. Well, hopefully everyone had a chance to do what they needed to do, right? You know, but I'm just going to put my drawing back up on there again, just to emphasize that, you know, how detailed that these things are. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Beast?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
no problem.
But yeah, the welding stuff gets really specific, as you know. You know, it's got its own standard and all for it. So I, me as a designer, like I don't want to tell the welder, you know, what I'm not really trying to tell him what to do, you know, because he should know already, like
Yeah,
what to
fuck
do.
yeah,
You
you
know what I'm
should.
saying? You better know.
He just
Uh,
wants to know what your specs
y-
are, and then he
yeah,
can do whatever he needs to do, right?
yeah. So and all, each one of these pieces is detailed in its own sheet. You know, it's got its own uh, cut list. You know, so each brick, right? With, if you want the janky brick in there, you know, you're going to have a
Yeah,
picture of a
exactly.
janky brick, right?
A
And
whole nother
uh,
page for that shit.
yes, absolutely. But so that's just how it is, and
People, it's
you got
surprising
to-
that people like in your profession don't understand that.
um, you'd be surprised. A lot of folks that I talk to who actually do work, you know, I mean, they're not just theoretical, like an engineer, a theoretical engineer, but these guys here that I talk to that are fabricators, they know. Like I can talk with them about meltology, no
Oh, that's
problem,
good.
and they can see it. You know, there's 4 or 5 guys in this workplace that I can talk with about this. So,
Yeah, like I couldn't be in that profession and not
mm,
think about what's going on, right? Like it would just be a natural progression of
yeah,
knowing what you're doing and what's going on and seeing what's going on, right? Like,
yep, absolutely. So, but anyway, I don't want to brag, but I've been doing this for quite a while, so it's like you know that's the things we've been looking at. Those machines that we've been looking at are going to have a much more sophisticated drawing even than this, probably. You know, there'll be machining details on it and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, it's
Surface
not,
finishes, you know.
and even when you talk about doing stuff like this, the drawings and the engineering part of it, think about the amount of programming that would have to take for a computer to actually produce something like that.
Yeah, we have a CNC plasma table
So
where
like
we
whoever does the programming and sets up that program has to know programming language that is just as detailed, right? Or more.
uh, well, it's getting a lot easier programming now. It's more visual. You know, it's like software that does it now.
Yeah, like
But
plug and play kind of shit.
back in the day, yeah, I mean, we had to know how to code, had to know how to edit the G code in the machines and stuff. I run the machine as well. Like I can do that part too.
Yeah.
So that's why I work at this place to help them with that. But
I
all
did a
these,
lot of PIC programming and Python programming.
yes,
So
yeah. So you understand then,
yeah.
you know. So I'm using like a software to do it. It's actually, uh, this is it right here. Actually, I'll open it up so you can take a look. But yeah, it's very sophisticated. So to make that kind of a machine, you know, it would take, a lot of work. Not sure if
Yeah, it's
Curtis.
not just a one man job, man.
No, no.
Like you need a
Oh,
team of people for this shit.
right. If this thing ever opens up. But anyway, it's called ProNest.
Yeah.
You know, so it that's where you'll program your parts in here. You just add them in, and it'll generate the G code,
Oh yeah.
automatically.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen that before.
but back in the day, like, yeah, it was a lot more complicated, so
Yeah, when I started programming, it was like Visual Basic and stuff like that. And then when
yes,
I got into C programming, I had programs like this that you could see the code while you were doing it, right? Like,
right. That's right.
and then you could run the program afterwards and see the results. And
This is kind of boring, I'm sure, for a lot of folks in the chat. So I'm gonna close this out. But
Okay, hold on one second. I'll be right back.
every day, that's what I do. So
Melanie's calling us nerds.
yes, 100%. But the other thing I do on this software is I create logos and thumbnails
Oh yeah.
for my videos, So
You should make that into a shirt.
this is 3-dimensional too, so it's gonna. But that's what I do every day.
At least you're getting paid for it.
Well, I mean, I'll say I'm clocked out when I do that. Okay. Let's just put it that way.
Do they have that little sensor on your mouth so they don't think you're away from your workstation?
Right. No, I'm not. Hey, I can smoke in my office.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. As long
I'm
as your
not.
window's open, right?
I'm not under those kind of rules that most folk have. But see, it's like anything. If you accept, like, you have to follow a certain set of rules. If you accept those rules and then just go along with it, you'll just be doing that forever, right? But if you just say no, like, I'm not going to comply with that, especially if you are a skilled worker. I mean, you can tell them what you want to do,
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I think they tend to work with you more if you're more like that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like when you're submissive and just yes, no, they just walk all over you.
That's right.
But if you stick up for yourself and say, hey, no,
yeah,
I don't really agree with that.
I would say you're right. But I'll go back to some of my pictures then, since if Curtis is on a little break. Let me find my folder. I closed it out, but here we go.
That whole Eye of Sauron thing with the towers and shit really makes a lot of sense when you see stuff like that, eh?
Yeah, it's almost like they're telling you something in those movies, right?
Yeah.
Of what it might have looked like back then. I don't know
why they're so tall and what they're using them for.
Right. I'm just going to bring up my castle folder, melted castles. It's my favorite one. This is
awesome.
This is probably my favorite picture. In Meltology, brickology, whatever you want to call it, because it transitions so much, right? It just transitions over and over again.
That's a good example. Yeah, and then you get right to the top, and oh my God, there's brick.
Yeah, right into a mountain, right? And it's my favorite one. If someone's close to like understanding it, I'll show them these ones and say, look, that whole thing is a building. Even this part that they're saying is rock, right? Because the thing transitions so much as you go up the building.
Like we see the pancake levels, right?
Yes.
And then when you show them, and then you keep going up.
Yep.
It makes sense.
And they stop right here, right? Because they can't get past that. This is also brick, but it's right. They can't get past that, so has to be rock all of a sudden. And then there's another building on top of it. Apparently, that's why I like this picture. It encapsulates all the.
Sometimes they just ignore their own senses, right?
Yes. Kevin, he's an engineer that worked here with me.
Oh yeah.
And Noel, man, me and him didn't get along very well. I tried to show him. I said, look, can you understand that doesn't make any sense, that it would stop here and then start again on top of this rock? And number two, how did they get the rock on top of the building then? He just could not understand. Even though he was intellectually smart, right? He just stopped at this part.
Sometimes people are so book smart that they just forget about being reasonable.
I would much rather talk to a workman, someone who's actually doing work, because you get much more success. But I've showed these pictures quite a few times. But
most of the people I hang out with that I grew up with are engineers and stuff.
Yes.
And I don't really talk to them anymore because I worked in a factory and got to know all the people that actually knew shit and did stuff. Like, it's not that I'm not aware of their intelligence,
right?
But their intelligence is not where it should be going, right? Like, they're relying too much on their book smart than they are their own senses.
Yeah, their intelligence is misguided. is what I would say. You know,
It's crazy. Like my best buddy that I grew up with, he's an industrial engineer, a mechanical engineer. He was in
Yeah.
school for fucking years and years for engineering. And
Yeah.
like I can't even talk to him about shit.
Right. Because he's just way out there, right?
Yeah, like he just doesn't get it.
Yep.
Like we can communicate on an intellectual basis, like with engineering and stuff, because I get that shit. But
Yep.
when I try and talk to him about this kind of stuff, nope. It's just
Right.
no way.
Yeah, they're in a different world than us.
Like if it's not, it's like for them, like for him, sometimes I think if it's not in the book, then it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, they're hard to talk to about normal stuff, right?
Yeah. It's sad too because we grew up together and stuff, and now we don't even talk because I can't have even a conversation with him.
Right. But I mean, you know, like my brother doesn't get any of this, right? But I talk to my brother, and he's relatively smart, but I don't want to get in a fight with him. You know what I mean? So I don't really go into those subjects. I might like throw out a bone every once in a while, but I'm not going to get into a big fight with him because he's my brother.
It's not worth it, right?
Like it's not. To be honest with you,
I agree.
Me and Melanie have talked about this. Like, how's come some people's eyes are opened and some people are not? You know what I mean? How did that happen?
Dude, I think about that all the time.
What was the key factor, right?
Like what happened in your life to open your eyes and other people can't see shit?
Exactly.
It seems so obvious.
Curtis, your folder disappeared there. It's not.
Yeah, I know. I clicked it off by accident.
Okay. But these are the ones I like to show. If people are arguing about melted buildings being mountains, and they're saying that it's not possible, these are the ones I go to. Because the transitions are so much, like into the bricks. It's crazy.
Just the logistics in building something like that, the structure on top of that would be just impossible.
Yeah, it's just unimaginable.
Period.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Right.
Period.
I don't know if they put this little cross up here.
Can't be any more simple than that. Any clearer than that.
No.
They're not doing it with staging and wooden staging.
Look at the structure behind
none
it,
of
let
it.
alone what's in front.
The
background,
yeah, I know. But so you can explain say Kevin, if I got him to understand that this is all a building, if I then showed him this one,
right, then he walks
away. He's completely gone, because he understood it one second ago, right, when it was transitioning.
It's too much.
But he just can't go that far. So
it is what it is, though.
I know. But like I said, I'm not wanting to get into like fights with everybody about it, and
once you see their eyes glaze over and a little bit of resistance, you just got to walk away, right?
Yes, absolutely. But now there's some folk, fair enough, that we've came across in recent days who are just going out of their way to cause a fight with us.
Yep.
And you're going like, why are you doing this? I mean,
yeah, I don't understand that either, man.
Surely you've got better things to do than to
That's the problem right there. That what you just said. Like time is so valuable.
Go down to the job center, right, and find a job because
it's crazy.
If you've got that much time on your hands.
Oh man, I'm always stressing out because I don't even have time to do everything.
Well, so
meanwhile,
you guys were mentioning to me, and people were sending me things saying, look at this post, right? This is what, and I'm not even going to say his name because you all know who it is. So he's posted this, and I don't have time to go and look at these posts because I'm working. I'm working, dude. You see what I do? I mean, I don't,
look at the post, let alone the hour-long video.
Bro, I don't have time. I mean, to do a detailed drawing like that, it takes me a long time. So I don't have time to be going around, searching out these posts. But I mean, I'm glad that people call them out, though. I'm glad Patty called them out recently. You know, I was really glad about that. Melanie too. You know, and just go do something else, guys. I mean, find something better to do with your time.
I've been banned from internet twice because of that fucking
Oh
jackwagon.
shit, dude, just insane. And this is Dunluce Castle. Just had to bring that one in there. Northern Ireland, you know. So that's the one. It slides down into the sea almost, you know. So
yeah,
you know, like
that's
they
like
built
the coast on Ireland,
it
eh?
that way. Yeah, that's the Irish Antrim coast. That's the Antrim
yeah.
coast, and down that coast you will see all kinds of like archways going across the roads and stuff. You know, what I mean, it's very very nice, interesting drive actually for a meltologist or brickologist. If you want to use that term. But I don't know if you're ready to start up again, Curtis. Or
oh yeah, all right. I guess I gotta restart it, huh?
It's up to you, bro. Because the reason I was doing this was like so that you would, you know, have some information up there, just in case you get overwhelmed by so many videos that you have. You know what I mean?
It's
You'd be uploading for weeks.
Yeah. Everything from this week is this is last week I've uploaded video wise, but I haven't shown any pictures.
I got you. Okay. I'll just keep showing my.
But they start getting way crazier after right where we're at. They start getting crazy.
Yep. Oh look, there's the guy we're talking about right there. Horse's ass, right? Horse's ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't even want to mention his name because I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
With that, so
don't even give him the energy, right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, that's what we do.
Because we don't do that to the other communities at all. Like we don't go to other people and fucking waste our time to fucking try and call them out or whatever they're trying to do to us.
Right. It's just nonsense.
It's childish.
Even doing the videos, Curtis, I haven't got time to even do like an editing a video. You know what I mean? Just with all the work I got to do.
Yes, I know. I don't even have time to look at the post,
right?
Let alone
like, I'm sorry.
I think about it all the time.
I've probably missed a couple of your videos.
I can't even go read it. I don't have time.
Right?
Yeah, of course. We're somewhere around this stupid thing.
Yeah, I think that's where you left off.
Somewhere in around there.
Yeah, I gotta go. It starts getting really crazy right here, I think.
I gotta grab my cigarettes, dude. I don't know where I put them. I'll be back.
Is that like 3 stories?
They're everywhere, up and down every street.
Is that like a 3-story building or what?
Yeah, easily 3 or 4 mill buildings.
Of course, it's always a mill building, especially by the river.
Yeah, always out here, especially.
We used to have mills by the. We have a.
So that was across the street. This is over by the water now.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Excuse me. Look.
That's not.
They just go under the building and under the city.
You should get a kayak or something and go in there.
Yeah, we were joking about it.
You'd probably get charged or something, trespassing.
Look at these things. Look at the reflection on the water.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, all
it's so
kinds
symmetrical.
Of
like everything, it's like everything is so perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All under the city, all day. Tunnels everywhere. It's like Venice.
That brickwork is just incredible.
Yep.
So now we're gonna start looking at this section over here, where it's like granite blocks and janky rocks and bricks. It's awesome.
I gotta put the Meltolicious spanner up there.
Oh yeah, Meltolicious.
Meltolicious. You made that one up, right? I think.
Yeah, I forget. Sure. I don't know.
It reminds me of that
Look
game,
at
the game. Remember, it was a game a while back, Candy Crush.
Oh yeah,
Crush.
yeah.
You know that? And that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
you did it. It said Bubblicious or something. I forget. What it
Bubblicious.
said, something like that.
Look at.
Who shoved those in there?
Wow.
You know, just
They
shoved a
You gotta
had
have
some filler, eh? So they just.
I must have better pictures of it.
That's
Here
right.
we go. There we go. That's a Yahtzee right there.
All right. And again, is there a detailed drawing showing
that's a first roll Yahtzee right there.
Yep, absolutely. Or Jenga, right? I mean,
I'm waiting for someone to explain that picture right there.
Please.
Please do. Please tell me all about it.
And present the drawings, right? The drawings that has that details on there that shows those. That would be nice to see.
Curtis, couldn't you go to the fucking building inspector and ask him how that's possible?
Crazy.
Just lunacy, bro. Yep. And then explain going into the water, right? I mean,
right.
Explain the water foundations. I'm still waiting on that.
Explain all of it, please. Any of it.
The water foundations boggle my mind. Like, I don't even understand that.
Yep, all the way up and down. Same thing.
If there's structure underneath it, if it's not flooding underneath, that stuff's pretty strong, right? Like,
yeah. Very, very impressive. Even though, I mean, this looks small compared to some of the other canals, but it's still really overwhelming when you're there.
You got to imagine how deep that actually goes.
Oh yeah, the worker. All right, so there's a. You'll see up here. Yeah, the reflection's crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's nuts. That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's all reflection on the bottom.
You could probably win a photo contest with that, man.
Not bad, huh? iPhone. These ones are changing color. Same thing. All the same thing.
And the greenery is just hanging off it, right?
Suicide door.
Yep.
What the?
What's that first step, right? I mean,
yeah. Definitely worth the first step.
Definitely stage left.
Nonsense.
That's hilarious.
And then this mess right here. I think I go on the bridge and get closer pictures of it. Right here. It's all janky brick. All of it.
It looks like they took a lot of time to fucking wreck that.
What is this?
I hope HR is watching, actually, Doug.
Yeah.
Look at it. On and on and on and on all the way.
Sometimes you just get to the point where you don't even know what to say, right? Like, you just look at it, take pictures, and
yeah.
Well, I think you've got to got to be sure inside yourself. You know what I mean? Because you know that there's hardly anybody's going to understand what you're talking about with this stuff. You got to be just kind of self sufficient, if you like. You know what I mean?
Like
For the most,
self-centered, kind of in a way.
Kinda. I mean,
Like
sorry, but
centered in yourself.
yeah.
This stuff is brick. It's hard to tell in the picture. This is a little pocket of survival right here. This is brick. We could see it there.
I have some stuff like that, like pipes coming out of the ground that are pouring out water that are underneath the ground like 40, 50 feet. But I have to wait till the leaves and shit disappear to see it because it's like underneath everything.
Right.
But it's like right.
There's a lot of survival around pipes.
Yeah, like it's right on the river. But there's nothing, like there's 40 feet of fucking ground above it with a cornfield on top. And it's like straight up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way they're going to put a pipe down that far.
Right.
And it's pure water, like it's clean.
This thing's just in the street. Oh, this is part of the catwalk thing. There's a lot of catwalks. That one was missing, but that's what a lot of the suicide doors are. If you look across the street, there's also a door, and there used to be a catwalk there.
I missed an opportunity to play a drop there. We were talking about no one understanding us, no one knowing us, right?
Hey Johnny, cool milk. I don't know who the fuck you are. Hey Johnny.
It's kind of like that, Mr. B. It's kind of like that.
Just the way she talks, it just kills me, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You would not want to piss her off, eh?
No.
She'd fucking slap you out.
Like I say, I think her eyes are opened, honestly. I mean, the way she talks about politics and stuff, it's not, it's not what you expect, It's actually very entertaining.
I was entertained.
She seems like a good person.
Right. And of course, I've got to play this one. I'm sorry.
Hey, Melanie, you didn't just call me, did you?
I'm sorry. That's funny. If you knew what happened before that, it was like, so she answered a call in the middle of all this. Like she answers this call and there's no one on the line, and then she starts looking, going, is that Melody? It's like so fucking funny, so funny.
So the benches are all made of these weird. They're just turned them into benches. I think these were all here. These were all over the place, whatever these weird things are. And I didn't really like these little squares either. I didn't like them
what's
one
up
bit.
with that, eh?
I don't know. They're really thick too. They're not just little tiles.
That's weird. Why would you do that?
Look.
Oh shit.
That was really weird.
Yeah, those posts are weird for the benches.
Yeah, they were very suspect. I got more pictures of them later. There's the catwalk that is no longer. Yep.
Hey, Skull, how you doing? Good to see you here.
Oh.
What's up, Skull?
Skull has a really good channel, like a lot of older music and stuff. Like he plays a lot of music and older cartoons and stuff. Like you watch when you're a child, things like that. So it's pretty entertaining. If you guys are ever feeling in the mood for that,
I watch cartoons all the time. I was watching fucking G.I. Joe the other day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think Skull. He's played G.I. Joe, I think, at times. I think other ones like that,
So what is this? Any comments? What are these?
Oh,
eyebrows?
Shit.
They look like eyebrows. Those look like eyes and
right.
eyebrows.
And why would you put it there, right? I mean, what the fuck?
Aggravating.
Don't know. Component, like you say, maybe Curtis. I mean,
They're parts.
it's got to be, because why the fuck would you have that? I mean,
Look at the 2 more tunnels.
Yep. Very necessary to have a tunnel down there, right?
Everywhere, definitely.
Yeah.
They're so easy to put in, you might as well just do
Right.
it.
Yeah. Just throw one in there for fun.
It'd be interesting to see what's inside there too, right?
Oh, Jiro's here too.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Hey, Jiro.
Jiro.
You can throw the link down there, Mel, if you want it. If someone else wants to come up, it's all good.
Look at these things. They're all over every town. These big chunks like this.
Yeah. That's them granite blocks you're talking about?
Yeah. And look at, they're usually smooth like this, but like these ones are all messed up. And then there's one over here on the side. I think I take a picture of it. Yeah, look at they're everywhere. But so the top of this one is all bubbly. It's not smooth like the other ones.
If they're saying they used a feathering technique, right, with the wedge,
they're not getting these results.
Right. I mean, those blocks
are
shit, dude. I mean,
I don't know how they did this one either because I don't see the drill line. So I guess they used magic.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you don't get this result feathering wedging. It's going to be all janky and obnoxious.
Right. And probably bowed, right? Because I mean, it's just the way it splits or whatever.
Yeah, this is really nice block here. But they're all smooth on top, and this one was really bubbly.
So I want to emphasize we're not saying we don't believe feathering can be done. That's not the
correct.
It's just
it's not the point.
It's not the technique for this. That's what we're saying.
I want to know how are they drilling the feather on the feather end of that feather and wedge?
It's interesting. Good question.
Like, are they using hand drills for that?
Yeah. Supposedly,
it's before electricity. Period.
Like, do they have a horse on a fucking treadmill?
Have you guys ever drilled granite? Have you drilled granite before?
Oh my god, I installed granite countertops for 2 years, and then I was in commercial construction for over 10. So yeah, that's all they ever did was drill concrete and
carbide bits,
stone, and everything. Yeah, all day, every day. Roto hammers and jackhammers.
Don't you have to have a certain?
It's not easy
stuff.
It's very difficult with electricity and roto hammers.
Right. Yes. And you guys used carbide bits, I'm sure,
Yeah.
When you're drilling,
SDS
right?
bits. Yeah.
Yep. Special stuff. And it'll burn it up real quick.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when you're fucking drilling holes in concrete for fucking walls and shit, that's hard enough, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
You need the jackhammer side of it to get through stone, and you need to roto hammer.
Shawnee saying diamond tips, which, but, did they have them in the 1700s? This is my question, right?
I think the gate's original too. Look at what's on the ceiling in here. This contraption on the ceiling open and close these gates.
Interesting.
That's pretty artistic too. Like when you look at it, like as functional as it might be, like it's very like geometrical and.
You can see right here.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
There it is.
And those pieces on the roof there, is that just for show?
Now look.
You know what I mean? Oh, I see.
It opens the door.
Mechanism. It's the mechanism.
It opens the door.
You. There it is.
Interesting.
Damn.
Yeah, it follows the track and opens the door. This one's missing.
Beautiful.
And this gate's missing.
Yeah, that's incredible, man.
Pretty cool, huh?
I'm gonna have to remember that for a design one of these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good.
Old world copyright.
Nobody needs to know.
Everything's just really nice. Even the wood. Everything's really nice.
Like I always wondered why they built stairs up to a door when we have snow and ice and stuff. Like, wouldn't it be more practical just to have like straight across? Like, why do we need like 4 or 5 stairs up to our house or to a building when we live in a climate that has snow?
This is true. More tunnels. The whole thing's built on this whole structure of tunnels and the whole city. We were on the other end of these tunnels later in the day.
Okay. If you had a little boat, could you go all the way through?
I don't know.
And I'm
Is
sure
there
it goes
money
all
is there money in the budget for a Meltology kayak?
Meltology kayak. Yep.
Are you even allowed to kayak on that river?
I don't know.
There might be laws against that, right?
Probably.
Like bylaws and shit.
Probably.
Nonsense. It's all nonsense.
But what you do is you just hold your hands in the air and go, I didn't know. You know what I mean?
You just get some night vision in a fucking black kayak and do it at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like something pants on the ground would do.
Yeah, that's his kind of style right
You went
there.
into
Yeah.
that. You went into that tunnel the other night as the sun went down.
Right. He does some dangerous shit, that guy. Just saying.
He'd be carrying the kayak on his back, riding a scooter there.
Mm-hmm. I would at least want someone outside the door, waiting, just in case you don't come back out again, right?
I mean, the odds of running into like a big animal deep in one of those.
Uh-huh.
And you're not going to hold up real well in a little tight space like that.
No.
Like what kind of an animal though? Like,
I don't know.
Like a raccoon?
Maybe bigger.
Yeah, your guess is as good as ours, but
I don't want to run into any animal.
No animals.
We really don't have anything like that around here, so.
Look at it all down here too.
A mountain lion. Shawnee says a mountain lion. Yeah. You're definitely not coming back out.
Yeah, no.
No.
We don't have mountain lions here, so.
It's like Ape Cave, right? Ape Cave was kind of dangerous too.
Oh, with the bats?
Yeah. Yeah, they were kind of dangerous. Oh, someone just came in. It is. Oh, Skull Asylum. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
Good to talk to you, dude.
Yeah, I've been watching pretty much the whole time. I had to take a short drive earlier, but I had it playing in the car. I was listening at that time, but
that's cool.
But yeah,
what's up, Skull Asylum?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I've really enjoyed your
night,
channel. Yeah. I've enjoyed your channel, Skull. It's been very entertaining.
I don't know how I ever got talked into doing that.
You're a musician, right? I mean, that's what you do. I'm guessing. No.
I don't really do anything.
Oh, really? Okay. No.
Yeah, I love music. Sure, have a huge collection.
Yeah, you seem to be really into it, so that's cool.
Yeah, I'm enjoying. I love looking at all the stuff you guys find. I'm not exactly sold on the melting part of it, but
fair enough.
We totally have a lot of the same taste in looking at these old structures and stuff. I love it.
Looking at nonsense in general.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
You've heard us talking about how technical some of this work would have been, Skull. You know what I mean? To put together a building like this, for instance, in the 1700s. It's kind of a ludicrous story. You know what I mean? That's you've seen some of that stuff, right? I'm guessing.
Is he still there?
I don't know. I think so. He hasn't dropped out, but
yeah, I think I might be back. That was weird.
Oh wow, he got dropped.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of there, but my phone, I don't know, it lost the signal. But I'm standing right by the Wi-Fi, so I don't know why.
I have that problem with my iPhone. It'll keep dropping the signal all the time on me. Skull.
Yeah, mine does the same thing.
Don't know why.
This one usually does pretty good, but once in a while. So sorry.
That was a nice rail, bro. Who's showing these pics? Yeah, look at
This
that
one?
shit. Yeah, the
Yep.
rail on the left. Holy crap.
Yeah, right here.
That's insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could
The whole
grind that
thing is
fucker.
very suspect.
No, rail tracks aren't easy to lay, and you know, at all.
And then put
right?
brick over top of them, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's benches. So every time I found those bench, they're around these 4 granite blocks. Every time. They're definitely not benches.
yeah, that's pretty
They
insane.
were super duper hardcore. They were repurposed as benches for sure.
Yeah, they're not building shit like that for benches.
Maybe for obese people, right? You know,
Obese benches.
obese benches, so they can take the weight. But that's a heavy duty bench for sure.
Yeah, it must be in America for sure, right?
All right.
They got the demographics figured out there.
100%.
Whatever this thing is.
Oh, here's Massa now too. Nice.
Massa.
No way.
How's it going, Doug? Oh, he's on mute. He's muted at the minute. You're muted, Doug, but there you go.
How's
There
it
you
about
go.
now, Tony?
Or you're all right now.
Hey.
You're in there.
Is there an echo?
Nope.
No, you're good.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Chucky Arla. If you know what that means. Our day will come. It just means our day will come.
How was the festivities, Mesa?
Stressful, but nice.
Nice.
It was a good time.
Good. Glad to hear.
You're gonna sing Tina Turner, right?
Am I going backwards?
If you guys don't mind.
Oh, you are? Nice.
I don't mind. I'll be all right.
No, we don't need another hero.
No more heroes, thank you. Out of the wreckage, right? Out of the ruins. That's what she says.
It's good to hear your voice, Doug.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sloshed over here at the moment.
Good.
I've been a little stressed out all day, so
I can
time
imagine.
to unwind.
Can imagine. I don't like big events like that anyway, you know, but I guess for my children, I would do it, you know, so.
Yeah, and I try to avoid them.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. We're only missing Melanie now. She said she would come up, but she didn't, so.
I found a way to see the chat.
And Jan too.
Oh, yeah, Jennifer, get up here.
I did give her the link, you know, so emailed it.
So my audio is good. I'm not coming in too strong.
Nope.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Yeah, sounds great here.
You're ready for a song right now.
Hey, Massa, just so you know, I just smoked darts.
You just smoked dirt?
Darts.
Yeah, two smokes. Let's go.
You're always
Yeah.
a dart or a doobie,
Chips.
and I was like,
give me your chips
dart,
too,
bro.
Yeah.
I'm doing about 2
go,
packs
Trevor.
a day. 2 packs a day.
Are you really?
At least 2 packs a day.
I buy them by the bag, so I don't even know.
I'm thinking about starting to roll my own.
Yeah.
I used to
know
roll
a lot
my
of people
own.
that do that. I don't smoke that much, though. I vape a lot.
Yeah, I got to cut them down. I've got to. But
wait till you guys see this. Wait, this is so funny. This was here. This was always here. No one built this. Wait till you see what they turned it into. It's so funny.
Oh, jeez.
This was here. No one moved this, put it here.
Huh.
This is just like those squares by that bench.
What's it? It looks like a fountain or something.
Yeah, what's the story on the thing?
Oh, it's coming up. Wait till
Okay.
you see it. You won't even believe it. This is the worker.
What?
And he's quarrying granite blocks.
Oh my god.
So
Oh my god.
with a digging rod, he's quarrying blocks.
Wonder what that's made out of.
Look at this nonsense.
People actually fucking believe that shit.
Oh my! It's called The Worker. The Worker.
Oh, and they got a plaque.
There's some story here.
Oh, speaking of workers, I'm gonna have to do my drop. Sorry.
What you going live on Obama phone that I pay my tax dollars for? Let me tell you, Iraq looking ass something. Won't you do something about that hairline and shade that goddamn hair off your face? You look a fucking mess. You look like a homeless motherfucker. Now let me tell you something. I know you still in here. I know.
Homeless motherfucker.
I can hear my mom's voice in her sometimes when she says that.
It's Doug's.
Here it is. In case you were wondering.
I think Doug.
With muscle and sweat, they dredged canals in the soil of rugged farmland.
Oh my god.
Muscle and sweat. There it is. Now you know.
Muscle and sweat. Wow.
Muscle and sweat. That's all you need.
So when they
and a bar to the quarry.
So how are they getting the block out of there?
I don't know.
And transporting it.
It's so funny.
They don't even tell the rest of the story.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
Where's the guy drilling the feather lines?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the horse and wagon that's pulling that shit out?
Yep, where's any of it? Nonsense.
Not a very straight edge there, right?
To me, it looks like an old fountain, but
yeah, I agree.
it's like we have one like that in Woodstock, and it's all brick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's right in the center
Look
of
at this.
town.
This supposed drill line is flat on the bottom.
Yep, flat tip. What?
So how you do that?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Lasers.
And then this one just kind of dissolves up at the top here. It just disappears. It doesn't even make it to the top.
What?
Imagine
I'm
building
gonna go check the ones at the beach because they're suspect, man. There's more.
They're very suspect.
Yep. You might imagine building a pyramid, Curtis. Right?
Yeah.
2 million bricks.
2 million blocks in the Great Pyramid alone. Yeah.
How many scrap ones are you allowed when you're doing that? Right? When they're what were they? 2 tons each? 2 tons each?
Something like that.
Something like that.
They came from like 500 kilometers away too, I think.
Did they float them down the river or walk?
I think I could be wrong. I don't know what they did.
No, the theory is that they rolled them on trees.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They rolled them
or something
on logs. So they would I don't know how many forests you would go through doing that.
And there's no trees around there.
Right. Got to get those.
Look at all the detail. This is so
you got to
stupid.
import the trees to import the blocks.
Right. That's so.
Wow, that's a cool one.
Lots of detail. Look at this building's round on the end.
What is that? Is that like apartments and shit?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I noticed too that the details on a lot of these, it's like so high up you can't even see it without a nice camera to zoom it in or something. It's like why are they doing so much detail up there where you can't even see it?
So unnecessary.
Makes you wonder.
It's like every single building.
Unnecessary.
That's a good point, Skull.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah. Bricklayers wouldn't do that today unless they're getting paid humongous dollars, right? Like,
right. No point at all.
And no one would ever do it. It would be out of budget. It would be
exactly.
It wouldn't work on any level.
What was
it
that
wouldn't even make sense
building?
to them.
Sorry. What was
What
that
was it?
building? Like, what was the purpose of that building? Is it some kind of government building or just a regular house?
To me, it looks like apartments at this
Yeah, it
point.
looks like
Right. So
apartments.
it's like, what the hell would you do that
Look like
for? I
some
mean,
cheap blinds right there.
Like just that corner itself is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
to build a corner like that around
Yeah.
it.
Round is the most difficult shape to build with.
Uh-huh.
That's insane.
And here it is. They just decided to make it round and then put all of these up here.
Right. No expense spared, dude.
No expense spared. No budget.
That's a lot of brick too, right?
No deadlines. None of it. And then this is sitting right in town.
Doug's back in again. Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
All right, you're back. I hear you.
Yeah, trying to figure all this out. Just trying to get into chat, and it's like
Uh-huh.
it's.
Are you on your phone? You on your phone, Doug?
Can you do it when
Yeah.
you're on the phone? Get in the chat.
Oh yeah, but Google doesn't want to let me though.
Oh shit.
I can't do chat on my phone.
Well, I can read it, and then I try to enter the chat. And it's like no.
Yeah, that's what happens to me
shocked.
too.
Right.
It gives me a spot to chat, but nobody can see it, right? Like,
Yeah.
See this side of the tunnel? See this tunnel?
Yep.
Janky block right here on this side. Can you see the tunnel though?
I do.
Yep.
For no reason.
Yipper.
Wait till you see the other side of it.
All right.
Look at the mechanisms and shit, right? Like that's insane.
Yep. Tracks.
Tracks. Fire
Sketchy
hydrants.
hydrants.
Like right beside the road. Like, why would you do that? Like, aren't they supposed to be like a certain amount of feet away from the road?
I would imagine there's
I think they're supposed to be like 5 feet away, like 6 feet away.
This thing's just hanging out there. It's pretty cool to get up and close to. I took a ton of pictures of this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Thomas.
Some of those have the year on them too.
Pretty overwhelming.
The old fire hydrants. It's pretty cool.
Does that not look like Thomas?
Yeah, the hydrants do. Yes, a lot of them do. Because I've been kind of somewhat obsessed with them for a little while now, and a lot of them have, almost all of them have a year on them. Yeah.
So they're filling that full of coal and fucking burning it and powering that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty impressive machine.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
I get way up close to it. There we go.
Can you climb on it?
No. No.
No.
Very intense though.
The manufacturing for that shit is insane, right? Like, think about that.
Yep.
Like, just the smelting of the metal and stuff. Like, what? How
Yeah.
do you do that back then?
You need all kinds of prints and
Like the springs and all the little parts.
necessary to do something like this.
Give me a break. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Heavy. I mean, everything's super heavy. The
Like,
older
even
it
the
is,
chains
the more
alone.
heavy.
Like,
Even
how
the
do you
car.
make
Crazy.
how do you make chains manually? Like, you're gonna get a blacksmith to make a bunch of chains like that?
It was pretty overwhelming.
The
A
thing
lot
that
of
boggles
pipe on
my mind is the amount of piping and stuff that goes into that.
But
Like
so
all
if
the
anything
lines
goes, something goes wrong,
You're
then I
done.
guess you just fix it on site.
Look at
Send
those
out
are a lot of
AAA.
rivets, man.
I don't-
Holy
Look
fuck.
at all the parts.
Look at how thick those fucking wheels are. How you building those fucking things?
That little train stopper you pointed out earlier wouldn't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah,
It wouldn't
exactly.
stop that thing, dude. It wouldn't stop that thing.
I know.
There ain't no fucking way.
That'd be like a toothpick for that.
Hmm. There's no way.
Very overwhelming piece of machinery. Okay, here's our janky block tunnel right here. Then there's a little bridge over it. And then it becomes, so here it is. Here you can see it's round on top.
Mm-hmm.
Janky block. And then there's this walkway.
That's a
It goes
trippy
right over it.
hazard.
And then on the other side of that walkway
you-
is the same tunnel. It's the same tunnel.
Okay, but are you allowed to walk on that?
Yeah, we go up there.
Crazy.
It's going to be the same tunnel. Here it goes. Look,
Holy shit.
it's the same tunnel.
Interesting.
Is that like 100 and 200 feet?
Really long. Yeah, probably a couple hundred feet. Same tunnel.
Wow.
It goes under this walkway. And on the other side is janky block. I never seen anything like that. Look at it. What the hell is this?
What the fuck? Be a good place to skateboard and shit, but why would you build something like that?
Pretty sketchy. I'd never ever seen anything like that before. Yep, one long brick tunnel.
So at the other end, right there.
And here's the other side of it. Same tunnel.
Oh, shit, there we go.
Same tunnel except for the walkway over it. Yep, one side of the walkway. And then janky block in the other. Very weird. And then the whole ground everywhere. Everywhere.
So this is just normal for everybody that's around here. There's no like explanation why that's there.
They probably just think they came in and did it.
Nobody asks.
No way. It's everywhere. Everywhere you're walking is brick around there. Granite posts.
I've seen fucking machines that can lay a lot of brick at one time, but I don't think they had that kind of shit back then. So how are they doing that? Like for roads and stuff.
Right. Yeah, they weren't doing it. So yeah, on the roads they have machines that lay them right out as
Yeah,
well.
like you just
But
lay
the
the
prep
bricks in
work
and
to
they
get up to that point for that machine to show up is a lot.
ridiculous.
This whole wall is X factored, super crazy. And look what they did. They spray painted it to make it look like this image is like chewing the wall up.
Oh yeah. Funny.
Super messed up. Big time. And they painted it on purpose.
Like you're talking about bricklaying machines there, Mr. Beast, but
Yeah.
this is supposed to be in a time period where
Right.
they
Right.
didn't have that. So
Exactly.
you know,
that would have
A lot
taken
of
a long time. That would have taken a hell of a long time to paint. So how'd they get away with that? Like one night?
They encourage it, especially these kind of walls.
it's a good
All
way to
messed up.
cover it up.
I've seen people do graffiti before, and it takes a long time to do shit like that.
Mhm. It's a good way to cover it up, right? I mean,
Yeah.
That brick, that's fucking insane. Isn't there a name for that?
For what?
That type of brickwork there, like at the top?
Oh,
janky.
janky? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This one?
I thought there was some sort of technical term for that, like the way they
think
label
so.
it.
Yeah, nonsense. That's what I call
Fucked
it.
up.
We make up
Okay.
our own words, Mr. B.
If you can look past the paint, look. What is
Yeah.
this? What is this?
Oh, they built it that way, Curtis. You know, they
What
shoved
is that?
They had to shove that in there. That big fucking granite block,
What
or
is this
whatever it
jankiness
is.
in the middle?
It was in the design. That's the way.
In the design. There's a country nut.
Yeah,
What's up?
I'd love to. I'm going to do that drawing you were talking about.
Yeah, I think it'd be so funny.
That is funny.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
As if they built it like that on purpose. Yeah.
All right.
I guess if you're helpless. Yeah.
There's coating on it.
Yeah.
Spread it like mustard.
Didn't do a very good job there.
Nope. It's funny because they have it spread here and there's brick under it, and then up top it's spread the same coat, and it's spread over the janky rocks.
Oh shit!
Yeah, look. Yeah, there's. I don't know if I got pictures of it. I'm sure I did. I took a video of it, but I didn't upload it. I didn't like it. What is this? Jankiness.
Just a bunch of filler.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if we're having audio problems again, Skull is the guy to talk to. He's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to figure it out with Shawnee. I don't know if it's his microphone and headphone setup, because it looked like he had headphones on, I thought.
Yes, he did.
Did he have headphones?
But was he using like the onboard mic on his device and then just listening through headphones, or did he have a headphone with a mic set?
Yeah, good
Good question.
Is he still here?
Yeah, I recommend like just a wired, headset, like for video gaming or something that has a microphone on it.
Hello Kitty is a good one.
Yeah, if you can get the Hello Kitty.
That's it's a running joke in here now.
Yeah.
So
Johnny, you know what? That's so funny because my son plays fucking video games all the time, and his mom buys him like $200 fucking headsets and shit, and they go broke like within a week. And he like left, right, and center, and then he gets a cheap one, and it fucking works forever.
Yep, I recommend the cheap, just a
Oh
cheap
yeah,
wired headset, and that has like an onboard volume and everything right on the wire.
Mm-hmm. Is that wood, Curtis? Is that a wood frame?
No, it's stone.
No, it is stone. Oh well, was brick at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like wood though, eh?
I got a big problem with windows with sills.
It's interesting.
And this is a good one.
The front of my house is brick and it has a sill like that. But it's not like janky like that. But they made it look like that, you know what I mean?
Right. This one's effed up.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right, the little icon thing wasn't moving for me. I tried to change my avatar picture there and booted myself out. So.
Oh. Okay.
It wants me to resize the picture, and I resize it, and there's no OK button to say, all right, yeah, set it as this. Anyways, I don't know.
Yeah.
Screw it.
I'm not very good on the phone, man. I couldn't do it on the phone. I usually do all that on the PC, you know.
What's a PC?
On the computer, on the.
Oh, I know. Are you Windows?
Yeah, my window's open.
Jen, what's with all
my window is open. And the fan is on. The fan's on, dude. But HR is gonna not be happy, but it's all right. They'll get over it.
You could just access your bank accounts for me now and give me those numbers.
Right. That's the next thing I was going to do.
I'll put them all on gift cards. Send them back to you.
Yeah, if you can get iPhone's gift cards and just send the numbers to me, and just read them off to me, please. Find your nearest target.
Look at this quad area. Look at this.
That is a beautiful courtyard.
Courtyard. Look.
Yeah.
All 100% brick everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. Everywhere in Lowell. Crazy. All buildings, all the ground, all of it. Right here, these are super kick-ass right here at the bottom of these posts. Columns. Look at this.
It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Is it pretty level and everything when you're there in person?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine.
You think that's new brick over the melted columns?
Why would you put brick on top of that?
Yeah, my opinion would be that this is all brick.
Yes.
Like
yes.
that brick is obviously
Granted, it's brick.
Sure.
And look at, you'll see. Look at this stuff.
Jesus. That side, you could see brick lines on the side.
Oh, I see.
All right, the first one's not that good. It's still a janky mess.
Uh-huh.
But you can see the brick in there too, right?
Oh, yeah, wait till you get to the other ones. What
That
is this
looks
piece of granite doing here?
That looks a little nodal.
A little nodal? If you node, you node.
That's right.
Right here. What happened right here?
Why is it two separate colors and they're still attached?
Why does that one look like concrete?
Yeah, exactly, Brand. That's a good pick.
Oh, wait till you see the other ones. The last column is awesome. Look at it.
Holy crap. So what? They're just going to say, what, we just put some mortar over it? Or come on. You can see the fucking mortar line right there in between too.
Yeah, wait till you see the other ones. It's crazy.
The only way that would happen is a heat. Like you'd have to drain that brick of heat, like everything of it, and suck it out by. There's no way you could do that anywhere else. It was like putting an oven and fucking baked.
What happened right here?
Damn.
Dead bricks.
Yep.
Some of the bricks fell apart and they just replaced it, formed up, and poured concrete in there.
Is that what you think?
I don't know.
Maybe the brick got heated up so much it just cooked right out to a gray nothing.
Yeah. They're bricks. They're transitioned.
It looks brick to me.
It is, for sure, 100%.
Even these, the same thing, just next stage. They've turned into a block.
Like they're forming in together. You can see it.
This to this.
That's a good transitional picture, eh? For sure.
Hey.
And that shit on the left-hand side there, like what? You just smeared a whole bunch of shit all over it?
Look at there's like these drill lines here.
Like that center part got cooked. Like it was churning and turning.
Messed up. Look at this.
Craziness.
Like they're gonna start. This thing was multiple stories high, and they're gonna start it like
that front part. Look, you can see it like a candle wax right there. Like, does that not look like a candle that's melted down?
Yep.
In the front part.
Crazy. Look at all these little guys.
Janky.
Yeah.
Mess. What is this?
Wow.
Look at the edge of these bricks. Same thing. Same phenomenon as over there on the right. Same thing. They're turning.
I'd be saying that you're paying the new guy too much money.
Yep. He's not worth $20. You know? What a janky mess.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh, there was another spot. Look at this one.
And you have the same drill lines too, right? Like that's insane.
That one right there is a grand slam, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take more interest in those drill lines at the beach because it's insane. Plus, they have those holes that you guys show. They're not.
We've been finding star shaped and
like
triangle shaped holes too. They go all the way through the rock, the granite,
I've noticed
all the way through star shaped.
I've seen round holes, but now I'm gonna start looking for other shapes too because I probably missed shit, right?
Like it's chewing right through these bricks right here. Right there. It's coming right down through here. It's chewing right through it.
It's too bad you couldn't go. It's too bad you couldn't show a video of you going up there and scraping it and proving that it's not something that's on top of the brick.
It's chewing through it. Look at this. This is insanity. No one ever built it like that. Ever. Definitely not. Ever.
Yeah, it looks like, it was falling apart and they were trying to save it. That's what it looks like to me. And they filled it all in with concrete, but I don't know. I'm not an expert.
And I think sometimes I think that's what they want us to believe, but I don't believe that. Like that was all brick and it got heat damaged somehow. And now it looks like that. And they put this narrative on it like, oh, well, we had to fix it because it was, falling apart and this and that. No, it wasn't. It's just a lie.
Yeah, I couldn't get enough of that one spot right there.
Like, even if you were to fix it like that, it wouldn't even pass fucking building standards.
Look at these little bricklets.
Yeah, I mean, it's not pretty, that's for sure. I'm not saying I would be proud of the job if I did it by any means.
But I don't think you would ever get fucking a passing from the fucking building inspector. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're holding up a big structure. I don't know. I look at it that way, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to argue with anybody. But that was part of the reason why I came on, because you guys were kind of talking about that. How can one person see it but another not? And I was like, well, I kind of don't see it. Maybe you guys want to talk to me.
Yeah. No, it's what we try to.
We have I don't know.
We're not about division. You know what I mean? Skull.
Yeah.
It's just
about why it doesn't make sense for the people who I think I kind of know what you were talking about. I've heard a few people that were kind of bashing on different things lately, and it's like, what's the deal with that? I mean, I don't get that.
Right. No, it's no point in that because, like, even with the flat earth stuff, remember, Skull, we lost so many friends, like people that we, liked, and I don't think we should be doing it now. Like, we're supposed to be all truth seekers, right? And if you can't allow someone to have an opinion other than your own, I don't think we need to be doing this anymore. You know what I mean? We just go live by yourself and, become a hermit, because if I can't have fun doing this, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you won't find a lot of arguing anywhere around our channel.
No, everybody here has been totally cool to me, and
yeah, don't get me wrong, Skull. I'm glad you're here. Everybody needs to be here. They need to see this, and we all come from different backgrounds, and it's good to hear your opinion just as well as everyone else.
I feel the same way with some of that stuff where it's like, well, what's making you see it as that it's melted? So totally makes sense on the other level. So again, I don't see any reason for people to be like fighting. I'm interested.
Right.
I'm interested. I think it's valuable what you guys think, and I think that you are on to something. I just, like I said, I'm not fully
Yeah.
And I think we all
fully in
feel like that
agreement or
too. Like
whatever,
we
but-
feel like we're all onto something, and we need to just try and figure it out.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
Do it in a way where we can be friends, because I don't want to go through this alone. I'm sorry. I don't want to go through it alone. So
No, I don't either, man.
So.
Yeah. If that's the outcome, is that you just lose all your friends and you can't talk to anybody about anything, it doesn't really feel like a win, no matter what it is.
No, what's the point? What's the point, right?
Exactly.
No, you're welcome here, Skull.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I mean, I love old westerns. You guys, if you ever watch those, you'd probably love all the landscapes.
Oh yeah,
it's like some of those movies, they find some really cool spots.
Yep. Yeah, we're very interested in that old stuff, man. It's just.
I think there's a few people that have done shows on stuff like that too.
Well, if you're watching any old Clint Eastwood movie, that was not filmed in the U.S.
Yeah, it was in Spain. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the spaghetti westerns.
I have a lot of old Western comic books too.
Oh yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I saw Eli, I think it was earlier in the chat, was talking about the old Tintin comics.
Oh yes.
Those are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I used to read
no
those.
idea what that was.
I used to read those years ago when I was a child.
You're in Europe, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey, you guys
I've
know
got
that
a
Richie Rich
couple of
comic?
the '90s cartoon Tintins. I play them on my channel sometimes. They're pretty good.
Yeah. The French, wasn't it? It was a French, I think.
Yeah,
I believe so.
To begin with.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, and I've learned from some friends who live in different countries that they had different names and stuff for some of the characters depending on where you live. So that's kind of interesting.
I like old westerns for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's tough to find stuff that's allowed for the copyright and things like that. But
yeah,
there's some old gems that pass through.
You know more about all that copyright strike stuff than most of us in here, right?
Yeah,
You've been doing this for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten every kind of strike possible.
Hey, you guys know John Wayne, right?
Sure, yeah.
You know his real name was Marion Morrison?
Sounds right. Yeah,
well,
I couldn't remember.
His family is actually related to my grandparents.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, his birthplace is up in Iowa. Not too far from where I used to live. Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
A lot of survival around metal,
Mm-hmm.
around pipes, around I-beams.
We would like to do a test at some point, Skull, like old steel, and the new stuff, and just see what the difference is, and the strength of it,
Right. Yeah.
Lasted that long.
Hey, Curtis.
Sean. Yes, sir.
What do you think about, your melt there where you're at versus the Southwest, like Moab?
Yeah.
Or New Mexico, where I'm from. Would you say that out there was totally cooked and fried more than your region?
Yep, I think. Because I was in California for 12 years. I'm from New England, but I was in California from 2011 to 2023.
Oh, wow.
So the melt out there, and now I'm back in New England, is way cooked. And then, so I drove across last year, across the country.
Did you take I-40?
I took 40, yes, sir. And I went right through New Mexico and Arizona, and I drove the whole country, and my favorite state was New Mexico.
You drove right by. You drove right by where I go every year.
Really?
It's right next to, it was 50 feet off the interstate.
Yeah, I probably, because I took so many because I was aware of the melt at the time. I was so thankful when I was going across that I knew about it, and I made so many stops and took so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures. And New Mexico is hands down my favorite. I loved it. But to answer your question, New England is very non-melty. It looks like there's a lot of evidence here. It's 90% transition and 10% melt. Whereas I would say New Mexico is 90% melt and 10% transition. Right. In my opinion. Complete opposite. It's all transition here.
Why I bring this all up, I love this picture right here that's on the screen right now. See, he's on a huge I-beam, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
coming out of
huge.
Well, where I'm from, the mesa there in Newkirk, New Mexico, on I-40, you have these huge melted walls, and then you have a discoloration of this like iron core, just a circle here, then 10 feet away, a circle there, 10 feet down, a circle there. And it just, to me, it looks like that's the melted iron within it.
Yeah, because I've been thinking the same thing. Because I see a lot of, when I'm driving on the highway, I see a lot of spots that are deep, this color, this rust color, real bad. Yes, and it almost leaks down the wall, the rock, if you will. And it's just solid brown. I'm going to do a couple of videos at it, and it's solid brown. It's almost like the melt consumed the pipe.
Yes.
I think it consumed the metal and
whatever.
Yep, or an I-beam. Yep, like you're saying. Totally consumed it and left that brown iron stain. Yep.
Well, I tried to this must have been like, I don't know, 4 years ago. I tried to email Jen a picture of this, and she did put it on screen, but she's like, "Oh, look, here's a picture from Mesa Melt." And I'm like, "But there's so much more to the picture I want to talk about."
Right.
That's why you need to come up here, Doug, and present it. You know what I mean? You do it.
Yeah, but I'm not set up for all of this fancy internet stuff.
I know. I really wasn't either.
I know.
Here I am. He kept kicking me in the ass so many times. Now here I am.
The first stream is the hardest one, when you do it. It really is.
Yeah. You get used to it.
Yeah, don't you know?
I find it weird talking to the camera.
Ha.
Yeah.
Especially when there's people around.
Yeah, well, I'm on a headphone connected to my phone that I'm reading the chat on. Then I'm looking at my big screen watching the stream with the sound all the way down on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's.
I've been on
like
streams on my phone
and
it worked surprisingly good. I thought it worked really good.
Yeah.
I don't want to sidetrack that much, but sorry. Yeah, there is a delay. Sorry, I just talked over you.
You're good.
Yeah, I don't want to distract, too much off the course, but it's making me wonder, like, at what point you guys came into the ideology of melt. Like, when did you kind of realize, hey, I think this stuff is melted?
Good question.
I think it's different for everybody. I think everybody's come at it at a different angle. Like, some people went through the whole flat earth and all this stuff and then came to it that way, and other people just came to the melt and then realized all the other stuff afterwards. Like, I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I think all of us that are awake now, we all noticed this growing up through our lives. We just couldn't put a label or a name on it.
Yeah, I agree.
We knew something was off.
For sure.
Yeah.
How many years ago would you say, Mr. Beast, that you started looking at it? Like just a guess.
Meltology?
Yeah, just a guess. How many years ago?
Oh, before 2019 anyway.
Okay. So you've been out this
like I've always felt like that. Just when I seen Meltology, it just made sense to me.
Yeah. And what happens, Skull, is that we've been doing this for a long time, and it's frustrating, when you keep presenting it, and people just act like you're stupid. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
like I'm a mechanical engineer. I do understand how things are constructed, and so does Curtis. He's got a you worked in construction, Curtis, or
27 years.
So I mean, it's not like we're just a bunch of dummies sitting around here.
No, I don't get that impression at all. Right.
No, and so our job, I think, is to present this to, say, likes of yourself who doesn't quite see it, in such a way where it's simple. It's quite simple.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are into melt or who have been into melt, and I mean, I get around. I used to. I don't really get around that much anymore, but
I know Knowledge does. Right, Knowledge was doing melt.
He used to really be into melt. Yep.
Yeah, but it's what I was kind of saying this to everyone, really, to say, look, people need this put in a simple way. What you're looking at right now with Curtis is probably more advanced stuff. It's like 401, maybe, Curtis.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it's
harder to explain. Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay, the castle that you always show, Johnny. Yeah. What is that castle? I'm always like, what is that place? I want to look it up.
I need to find what the name of that place is.
That is such a good picture.
Probably somewhere in Iraq.
I use it because, Skull, it transitions so much within that building. Me and Mr. B were talking about it before Curtis came back, and it's every piece of melted evidence.
Like the perfect picture.
Yeah, I think, but I mean, people might disagree. Obviously they've got a better picture or whatever, but I don't know where it is, Skull. The short answer, but
fair enough.
I'll try to find out though, because I think that one is just it's hard to explain it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there is a lot of things that will make you scratch your head.
Yes.
But I'm just like such a skeptical person that it's very hard for me to say, yeah, I think this happened if I don't really know. I've never seen like that be possible. Some of the things.
Honestly, I would rather have you skeptical and come in rather than just accepting all things. You know what I mean?
I'd rather, like, well, yeah, somebody said this, so it must be.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Johnny, I was going to say
my
the same thing. I totally agree with what you said. It's better that you come in skeptical and ask questions and talk to us and get everyone's, like, opinion about stuff and talk to them. Because some people just come in here and start blurting a bunch of shit and then end up kicked out, right? So it's good to have someone come in.
Get kicked out.
Just
Speaking
of it doesn't make any sense to have that kind of attitude.
No, it doesn't. So it's nice to see you come in and accept and have questions.
Speaking of getting kicked out, I need to play my illegal immigrant.
Let me tell you something. Goddamn illegal immigrant. Because that's what you look like, motherfucker.
Tell him, Sister T.
What you going live on Obama phone that I pay my tax dollars for. Let me tell you, Iraq looking ass something. Won't you do something about that hairline and shave that goddamn hair off your face? You look a fucking mess. You look like a home.
So it's echoing a little bit because I think the screen share has got the audio switched on. I think that's why, but
it can be a lot to have guests and share screen audio at the same time.
I'm still not used to it yet, Skull. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
It's a mess. But this is, everyone's audio is sounding pretty good.
Yeah, it's going pretty good right now. Yeah.
Yeah. At first, I had this Bluetooth speaker and it was echoing back. I ruined one of our streams because of it, right?
You took it down.
Yeah, I can put it back up if you want it, but it's like not. It's a lot of echo.
Lots of drops out of it, so she was happy.
Yeah.
What's Beast Fan's secret? He has no headphones.
I just have the.
I know. He always sounds good too, just like that on his phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always come through crystal clear.
He hides them in his beard.
Yeah, just a phone isn't bad as long as you're not holding it. If you just have it sitting down somewhere like he's got, it's going to be pretty good. But if you're carrying it around, you'll hear every little tap on the screen, and you know.
I just can't.
Do you see the screen share, Beast? Do you see what's going on with the Melt?
In the comments?
Well, you're reading the comments, right?
Yeah.
Can you see what's on screen?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of small, but
yeah.
Hey.
I see it. The only thing I can't do is type in chat. That's it.
Right.
Why not?
That's why I try and not interrupt anybody, but sometimes I need to comment.
Yeah.
Well, it took me a second, but I figured it out. You gotta let Google and StreamYard know each other. They got to get to know each other, be friends before you can chat.
Right.
Look at the Brick Creek.
Well, it's never a bad idea too if you just buy like the cheapest smartphone you can find, you know, for whatever cell phone company, and then don't even activate it and just use it on Wi-Fi, and you could use that as like a separate device to just run chat on or something.
Yeah.
Scully coming in with the facts.
Yeah, no, he's that's why I really want Skull to come up here, because he's got all those tips, you know, and he knows a lot about that stuff.
Nice.
Scully seems like a good dude, man.
It's not the only reason either. I mean, I really like you, Skull, you know, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, that's why I come. Yeah. I like you guys too.
That's good to have you here.
Talk about. Yeah, great. It is awesome.
And like I said, this is like, I'm totally interested in all the stuff that you guys are looking at. I love looking at old stuff. I've always been into it. So, yeah.
I think we're all used to having people look at us like we're fucking retarded. So we just don't care.
Right.
I'm desensitized to it. Yeah. This is more infrastructure along this canal. Old world, for sure. Old world.
Now, you know, earlier you're showing some of the tunnels, and I think about that a lot with some of the older, really old buildings, big ones and stuff. A lot of them will have tunnels that connect to other buildings and things like that. And I think about the old sewer systems and everything, and it's like usually that stuff has to go first, right? You don't usually put a tunnel in after the fact.
Infrastructure. We talk about this a lot. Curtis and I were talking about that infrastructure to put in like sewage systems and stuff in a city.
It's like more than the buildings that are sitting on top of them.
Yeah.
Like
right. And we don't really have a lot of good stories about that kind of stuff.
Oh, just all very suspect. That all just is there. I mean, every single town in all New England, everywhere, not just New England, but every single town has a drainage system, a complete fire hydrant system. All the systems are there.
Yeah.
Very complicated with manholes all over town, everywhere.
Skull, so you're a flat earther, right? I mean, I don't mean to use the wrong term, but so you get the fact that
I have plenty of questions.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Not really. So I don't know if I really identify as a flat earther, but yeah, I got plenty of questions. I know where you're coming from.
I'm not trying to label it, but so there can't be any molten core, right? There can't be. There's no spinning ball. There's no molten core. So lava tubes.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the explanation is.
Fair enough.
What is under us then? You know, like no matter what model, what we're on, what is it? It does get warmer when you dig down.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get warmer when you go towards the sun.
If we're not rotating,
it's cold up there. Yeah.
Right. If we're not rotating, you know, there can't be a molten core, right? So there's got to be another explanation for like volcanoes and, you know, lava tubes and other things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
well,
Ape cave.
It makes a guy wonder. Yeah, I mean, think of ash, volcanic ash.
Yeah.
Have you ever
you know, I mean, it's the same thing. It's kind of like the same thing though with the melt, where I'm saying, how can that stuff be melted? Because I mean, I kind of feel the same way with the volcano. How can that be melted rocks?
Fair enough. And it might take watching, you know, for quite a while to fully get it, because when I first came into it, I had a lot of questions,
Yeah.
just like you're asking. My son asked me the other day, "What about Mount Everest? Is that a building?" You know,
Yeah, I heard that earlier. Yeah.
he would chuckle, right? He would chuckle about that. I asked the same question. I asked the exact same question. How can that be a building? But the more you look into the evidence, like the pictures that we're showing, uh, it it will become more and more clear as time goes on. You know, you've got to do your own investigation. You know, you've got to investigate it for yourself. That's all I can really say about it. You know,
you really have to think about it by
you know,
yourself sometimes.
Like even erosion is melt if you think about it, you know. And like the air, just the air will melt things away.
Fair enough.
You know, in enough amount of years. So
you see, we have big problems with geology. You know what geology teaches about layers and layers of sediment, right, becoming a mountain. Which evolution is nonsense. You know, I have to say that it didn't happen. You know, nothing. It wasn't millions of years of time that did this stuff. We're saying it was a dramatic heat event that went from probably the bottom up, you know, and melted these bricks. That's why a lot of stuff looks damaged on the bottom. You'll see it damaged on the bottom, but as you go up, it's not as damaged in some cases. Curtis is probably better at explaining.
So, like, how long ago might it have been?
I think the computer board research has a lot to do with it. Like, if you really understand how that works and look at where we are and think about it like that, then it makes a lot more sense.
It's interesting, yeah.
There's a lot to learn with the circuit board, the motherboard stuff, because it's definitely there.
It's so similar, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
The ocean floor is just mind blowing.
Great, crazy.
Yep.
What the heck was going on down there?
Yep, and they're blurring a lot of it out for us, but what we can see is
like there's so many layers to
mind blowing. Yeah, like Mason said.
Is the flood still here?
Yeah, I agree.
Like obviously there were signs of life underneath the oceans on the ocean floor.
Right.
I don't know.
Interestingly enough, Skull, there are groups in other countries that don't even speak our language, like the Japanese guys, who are doing the same live streams that we're doing, like showing the same kind of stuff that we're showing. We can't even speak to them because it's a different language, right? But we don't have to, because they're seeing it with their own eyes, and then they're presenting the evidence just like we do. And it's just so interesting that other.
It's funny because we can all be on their live stream and not communicate, but we all agree.
We know what they're talking about. Yep.
We communicate with them because we see the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Just fascinating. But I don't know if we want to end it. I think it's been a couple of hours, has it? Or maybe more. I don't know.
But you're on the 3 hour exact mark.
Okay. Well, I know you.
Let's go for 4.
You have to work tomorrow, right, Curtis?
Yeah, I got to work on a Sunday. It sucks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bloody Sunday.
It sure has been a pleasure having everybody here. And
this is a blast.
Thanks for everybody in the chat. And we just want to try to
Johnny, you tired?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really, but I just don't want to keep everybody on here for that long. You know what I mean?
Go longer if you want. I might drop out and hang out in the chat, but
well, okay.
Go for it.
We can go longer if you want to.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, bro.
That's fine.
You got nowhere else to be.
Hey, I might boogie though, because I do got to work in the morning, but I'll be in chat.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Maybe Skull wants to talk more about stuff, and maybe it'll help.
It's all right, Johnny.
I think I'm probably going to end it though, because it's been 3 hours. So, but we'll do another one. We'll do another one. Okay. So, but I appreciate you all coming. And like I say, Skull, we're trying to create an environment where we can share ideas, and not get upset at each other, and that's kind of like what I'm trying to do with this channel. So,
and I'm really trying to muster up the courage to be the reporter on the scene for Johnny Streams.
Right. We're going to have people out boots on the ground and reporting live,
kind of a
and this thing. Yeah. This is cool.
It worked. Yeah. I could do it.
But
it sounds good too, Mesa.
The biggest point I want to make is I want to have fun with this, because, like I say, I don't want to argue with people and fight with people. It's not entertaining at all to me. So,
right.
Well, I'd like to showcase some stuff from where I work at. It's one of the first buildings here in my little hometown, and it's all brick, and it's all some weird style brick. I believe Panson showed a style of the brick that this building's made out of. But yeah, like I got keys to the place. I could go there after hours and get in and start filming and be like reporter live on the scene.
Nice.
Live on the melt.
That's cool, man.
Live on the melt.
But
yeah, I'll try to wear a suit.
Yep, that'd be cool.
Wear your medium t-shirt.
Well, thanks, Johnny. Good to hang with everybody. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming, Skull. Honestly.
Yep.
Thank you.
If anyone's man enough to wear that t-shirt, I'll send it to you.
All right. Love you guys, and
it's a medium small.
We'll see you all next time on the next show.
Thanks, Johnny. Bye, Mr. B. Bye, Skull. Bye, Mesa. Bye,
later.
Good to talk. Good talking to all of you guys.
Yep.